Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to another episode of Whispers of the Old, Ballads of the Young, or the Wolby podcast for short. This episode is brought to you by RockTofu and the gang. Let's get started. Episode 4, The Cabin in the Woods. Alright, so I hope everyone has the character sheets out and stuff and things. I don't think we're gonna wait for Merrick anymore. We're just gonna roll.
No, don't wait for him. He's just gonna join if he wants to.
Right.
So for recap, Merlin's doing Merlin. You're a wizard now. You are
Merlin.
I didn't
From
know
my-
we got Merlin up in this shit.
immediate spellcasting abilities. From what I recall, Merlo's doing some investigative stuff over in the town with his private butler type dude.
Watson.
Yeah, Watson.
Well,
Watson.
he used to have a proper name, but he's Watson now, I guess.
I don't remember
Oh,
his
yeah.
name anymore.
We're gonna
I'm
wreck on
sorry.
his name.
And I'm not gonna tell you his name, so it'll be accurate to reality. It'll be low accurate.
I'm just role playing.
Was this?
Yeah, it's
wait,
the wrong
our
thing.
la-
He's method
Our last
acting. He's method
session-
acting.
Our last session, was that the part when I was struggling with between two of my medicine?
Yes, that was it.
Yeah,
it's good
he,
because the point
he
you got
dosed
knocked
himself.
the point you knocked out that's we're on a count of 2 for people who've done that in the server.
yes.
Now we just need Gluggy to try it one time,
We just need to get his ass knocked out.
and then the rest of the party we've investigated the magical stuff. We've cast detect magic. We've followed the trail, and we are now outside of a wooden cabin in this ominous
You better
forest.
watch out, Gluggers. I might enter your house and knock
better
you out.
watch out. You better watch out. You better
Oh
watch
my.
out. You better
Good.
watch out.
Oh my.
Please bring over some takeout first, you know.
That's all he wants.
Some takeout.
All right.
Jollibee.
Sure.
Jolly takeout. Aye.
Let's go.
Hold up. Wait, I need some. The DM needs some appropriate music. At this point, I'm not even playing music for other people. It's just DM's music.
Place Footloose. Damn, I wanna listen to Footloose. There we go.
Yes, your music.
Ah,
And these
Sorry,
people,
Ronald.
these people even suggested that they wanted to play a grimdark
Hey,
campaign.
I was gonna play that.
I wasn't even suggesting it. Pico was just playing Baldur's Gate, and then I noticed that the narrator used a really sultry, seductive voice. I just made the offhand out. Meme, why don't you sound seductive when we play D&D?
I was ready to beat your ass with a stick when you brought that up.
Wasn't serious. I was just trying to get a laugh out of Pico.
I know. But as a man
we
who
enter the wooden
tried to run
cabin
a
in the
grimdark
woods,
campaign,
we suddenly get caged.
And then was
yes.
all right, okay. I have my music.
these are great outtakes for the podcast, by the way.
Oh yeah.
All right, okay. Before I lose what I'm trying to think of, you children. Okay.
Who are you calling children? I'm dying.
So to fully recap, yes,
I died here.
Recker, you
Hey.
were correct. So Merlo and his supposed assistant Watson, the super buff gnome, is now entering this unseen passageway within the city walls. While the forest group, namely right now Valtr, Redro, and Silent, are now at this abandoned looking wooden log cabin. Very old. Looks like it used to be some sort of hunting lodge. And we will first start off with the forest group. You are now standing outside looking at the wooden cabin.
Just a straight just examination. Does it look like there's any smoke billowing out, some sort of chimney? Are there lights inside, or does it look like there's
Let's
probably no one
blow it
inside?
all.
It
Well, he said
looks
that.
quiet, abandoned,
Hmm.
just
So no
untouched.
fire, no light.
No lights at all. If there were light, you'd know immediately, simply because, as explained before, and as a reminder, you're in a very dark area of the forest, and this house is in a clearing. Then, despite it being a clearing, there's still no light coming through from the outside, which means some rather peculiar things in forest terminology.
Put the forest.
But if there were lights inside, like the torch that Silent was holding, if I remember, you'd have seen something inside by now.
I'm pretty sure those guys who could see in the dark could see it, but anyway.
We have torches. We have light sources up. You have no excuse.
What do you mean? You guys can see in the dark. I wish I could see in the dark.
So it's only a disability. So it's only a disability when it aids you, is it?
Plot twist: he
Hey,
just
man,
has
I just
night
like the-
blindness.
I just like to see in the dark too, you know. Just like I don't feel left out.
Let's
guide
give
Silent
Silent
from
dark
behind.
vision.
I guide Silent from
flashbang his-
behind. I guide Silent from behind, pushing him towards the house, leading him towards the house. All right, we need to investigate this place.
You approach
Yeah.
the house.
Alright.
It looks like your standard hunting cabin. There's like, a porch,
It's a
steps leading up to
hunting
it,
cabin.
and some of the steps have gone into disrepair. But going up, the porch is not that high up. It's not a difficult task to like go up to the porch. And you can see that it is pretty dusty.
Can I like peer through the window? Or can I like see through the window instead?
You can. So you've walked up to the porch. You're now looking in through the window. Just think of it as like the classic door and like two windows on the sides,
Oh yeah, I can picture that.
Yeah, you're looking through the window, and the glass is hella dirty. And then
Damn, no
there's
one's
like
cleaned this shit.
and there's like a part of the corner where it's like actually semi-broken, but for the most part it's pretty intact. You look through it, like you hold your torch up, you shine the light through. You look through it, and there's nothing inside except some sparse furniture and more dust.
Looks like it's empty inside.
Is the
Should we
door?
go
Is
in?
the door? Is the door unlocked? Like, does it look like it's slightly ajar, or is it firmly closed?
You see that it's firmly closed.
All right.
I jumped through the
Oh.
window. I did it.
Yeah.
I kid.
I unlock the door, then I jump in through the window.
For style points. You get double XP from unlocking the door and then jumping in through the window.
Oh yeah.
In reference
Anyway.
to a game me and Fallon played, I keep the door open.
Okay, so do you kick the door open or do you open it like
I do kick.
you kick it open?
Well, from because normally it's considered rude to kick open a door if it's a normal living space, but seeing as it's deserted, well, there's nothing wrong with kicking a door open. So I
Okay.
do.
You kick the door open. The doorknob actually falls apart the moment you kick it, and it swings open with minimal resistance. Like the kick you used was probably one of the more gentler kicks you've used. Like that would probably just like push someone aside gently. That it opened that easy.
Like that shit would kill a baby, like kind of.
The kind of kick that would kill a baby, but not an adult.
It's a very weird metric you were using.
I don't know. He started it. But yeah, as it swings fully open, you see the doorknob
It's a
just like
funny-
clatter to the ground, just
Funny
like
thing.
cring, and rattle a little bit. And some dust kicks up from that, and it disentangles a couple of cobwebs.
I swing my flaming sword up high to illuminate the room.
As
burns the house down.
Silent saw before, you see like a small table, like small round table with like 3 chairs, dust, like a small kitchen counter, and remnants of what used to be like places for you to like stick a lantern on, like lantern hooks.
Mm.
But there's no light in there or anything anymore. Cobwebs and dust cover everything. You see that there is no stairs leading to a second floor, and a couple of rooms with closed doors.
If you ask me, this place might have a basement.
I was thinking that too.
Let's find the cellar.
All right. Do we split up the party even more, even further?
I don't think we need to split for this place.
It's quite small.
Split up.
You
Alright,
hear
gang, let's
Retro's-
split up.
Okay.
Shaggy, go with the dog. I'll be with the bitches.
Not the fandom. He knows the fandom.
That's what they always do.
Well,
Shaggy's always
Valtr-
with the damn dog.
Valtr, maybe keep watch in the room by the door, and then me and Silent will check one of the rooms each. I'd like to check the room assigned to me by random.
Or
Okay, so Valtr is standing
rooms they
in
got?
the so-called main entrance keeping watch. And there are 2 rooms. So I assume you and Silent go into either one of them, yeah?
Yes, one each.
Okay. So Redro, you go into the room on the right. The door is closed.
Like locked?
It's just closed. You haven't tried it yet.
Oh. Well, I see no need to change my mode of operation now. I kick the door in.
You kick the door in.
It's not broke. Don't
And-
fix it.
You can see that the it just opens immediately. It's as if like the doorknob isn't even working properly anymore to keep the door in. It's like it was just like sitting there. And it swings open with a quiet creak and a bang. Inside, you see a small bedroom. Once again, covered in dust and cobwebs. It is very sparse. There's no pictures, no mantelpiece, no nothing. Just a simple clock on like a bedstand next to it. And a very like sparish looking bed. Like if you were to like come here and stay the night, you'd probably at maximum stay here like one night and then leave. Truly a resting place.
Right. How's it going over at Silence?
In Silent's case, he
Transition-
also meets...
Transition like.
Yes, transition. Not wipe. What kind of movie director do you think I am? It's a cut. Good to honest cut. I'm not George Lucas.
Fucking PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, sorry,
This
my
PowerPoint
bad
transition.
meme. My
Hush.
bad meme. Let me
Hush, you
let me redo
infidel.
that.
Oh, fine. I'll give you a chance. Redo it.
Let me redo that. Nothing particular about this room. I wonder what Silence doing right now. Right now. Right now.
You're disqualified. You're disqualified from all future movie making procedures.
Next thing you know, he's gonna do a Family Guy bit. It's like that time when
No. Next scene. I'm going to
the
hear.
cutaway.
Next scene, I'm gonna hear this. And it's the Batman logo, and it's like it zooms out and it jumps.
I've spoken it into canon though. I wonder what Silence doing right now. Right now. Right now.
I want to kill you. I want to kill off your character
I'm
for this
literally
story for one single incident. Okay,
go
we
on.
swap to silent,
Anyway,
and you meet the door. How do you open it?
yeah. Is the door like locked? Similar to
You don't know, it's
Redro,
closed.
or- Alright, I reach for the door nabbies.
You twist it
Open
and it
sesame.
comes off in your hand and it swings open. You're now holding a doorknob with unattached to a door.
I hold on to it, then go in the room.
You enter the room while holding half a doorknob.
Hell yeah! If someone tries to jump me, I'm gonna throw it.
And inside you see that it is also a sort of bedroom, but it's also like, partially got some stuff stored in it. Like a couple boxes, but really not too much. Like two to three,
boxes?
like wooden chests.
Whoa! I'm gonna open them.
You open the chests. They don't seem to be locked, so you open all three quite rather easily, kicking up a lot of dust in
there's
the
three.
process.
Nice.
And inside you see a bunch of cloth that's, deteriorated over time. Cobwebs, and
Over time. Damn, this place has been old.
a broken bow,
abandoned.
like a bow that, one looked like it was used for hunting, but now it's just broken, and like a snapped crossbow.
Oh, alright, snap. Alright, what else?
And that's pretty much it. Most of it's just junk in there. Cobwebs, dust, disintegrated stuff from the passage of time.
What about the bird? Anything underneath it?
You can check.
Alright. I'm gonna creepily crawl underneath
you crawl underneath it. You're now covered in dust.
Hell yeah.
You meet more cobwebs. And that's it.
Nothing else? Gay.
Right. And while you two are in there...
back up. Can I get back up and just wipe off the dust?
Yeah, you get back up and wipe off the dust. And then we cut to Valtr, who is standing
Just
and
reminds me of
exploring
the time when
main
Valtr
entrance.
was standing outside.
Oh my god.
Valtr, are you using any source of light right now?
He is the source of light.
Source of light? No, I didn't cast one. Yeah.
Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what do you do in the main entrance?
Let's see. Am I inside the house or outside?
Yeah, you're inside
in
the
regards
house.
to me.
You're inside the house. You're looking. You see like Redro and Silent in like both of the rooms, like searching stuff and investigating, while you're like standing guard in this like main area of like the cabin. It's not big.
All right. They're standing guard there. Oh. Hold on now. Let me just. So, is this a single floor?
It's single floor.
From what it looks to me, single.
Single floor.
Alright.
You don't see any stairs leading up. You don't see any stairs leading down. You see two rooms.
No stairs going up. So literal cabin then.
A literal cabin.
Oh boy. Well, for silence sake, I might as well cast light, the cantrip light into the room to just brighten it up a bit.
Into which object? Do you need an object for that?
Oh yeah, I do need to touch it. Well, I have a surplus of random junk from the fish dungeon anyway, so I'll cast it on this dirty rag.
Okay. You cast light on a dirty rag in your hand. You now illuminate everything in a bright light in a 20-foot radius. So pretty much the entire cabin. It's like having a spotlight in a small house.
Alright. Do I see anything out of the ordinary with the new light?
You see more dust and more cobwebs. Roll me an investigation check.
Alright. Oh wow, they got rid of the auto dice roller on Google, eh?
Oh, seriously?
Man, I have to use this other site. It's 15.
15. So you look around with the rag in your hand. Kind of like, your mobile lantern now. And you look around, you check out the chairs, the table, you look at the floors. But then you look ahead. So there are two rooms on the right and left that Redro and Silent are in. And then there's this just small passageway, in between them. Kind of like this thing that just leads to like a back door of the hunting cabin, right? The hunting lodge.
What are you laughing at over there?
I don't know. How did we miss that?
The back
I don't know.
door
You
of the
tell me.
hunting
You can see
No,
the
no,
dark, right?
you didn't miss it, but it's quite literally the back door leading to the outside.
Oh,
You can
right.
get to
Okay.
my back door.
Roll me charisma.
back door leading us.
But as you shine the
Is
light
it,
over this area,
right?
something doesn't feel correct about this area.
Something doesn't feel right. Guys. there's
Something doesn't feel right. Hmm.
Guys, I think we're not alone.
Fuck
My
no.
gosh. Okay. Let's see here. Oh gosh. I forgot that I have this much tabs to sift through. Oh boy. Let's
At this
see.
point,
Can
Redro and
I?
Silent have also walked out of the rooms.
Oh boy.
Did you find anything?
Hmm.
Yeah, me neither.
Who are you asking it to? Who are you asking it to?
Oh,
Talking to
I
myself,
assume
obviously.
he's talking to Redro. Redro's not playing
Yeah.
along.
You didn't give me enough time to respond. You just launched your next sentence.
Did you find anything?
No.
Yeah, me
No.
neither.
Yeah.
He's writing the whole script himself. Actor A silent, actor B silent.
I have the entire script.
Just,
I'm the.
just silence just like, did you find anything? I say, looking at Redro's dumbfounded face. Nah, me neither.
Got the whole
Oh.
MP3 sound effect.
No, I didn't find anything either.
All right, good
Seems
to
to
know.
be abnormal.
So, Valtr, what do you do with this information?
Hmm. Well, with the illuminated dirty rag in hand, I called their attention, and then
Are you just waving a rat?
well, it's a shiny rag. Yeah.
A shiny rag.
Yeah.
You over here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Yes. Yes.
But yeah,
Do you need me
I
to
called their
polish your armor?
attention.
I already
No,
polished
nothing of
mine.
this. No, nothing of the sort. But have you noticed that area over there? As I motioned to the back rooms.
The back room's the
The
back
back
room.
Oh god, is this next episode gonna be the back rooms?
Fuck. Except the forest light to warn everyone of the back rooms. No.
the back area.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the back. It's just the back area. The geometry of the house says that there's nothing but the outside.
Hmm. Well, this might be the same situation as with the bush from last time, don't you think?
You think the back door will suddenly walk away?
Well, considering what we're dealing with, I don't
What, you
think it's
the
out of
door
the
will just grow
question.
legs or something.
I walk over to it. I grab the door handle. Okay, it's not going anywhere.
Hold the door frame.
Redro,
I say,
silent,
well,
you can roll investigation for me.
investigation. There should be. Oh God, nat 20, baby.
Oh,
It's like
boy.
a Friends episode, dude.
It's like an old
Yeah.
British sitcom. What do you think the door's gonna
Yeah.
walk away? Yeah, it might. Walks over, grabs the door handle. Well, it's not anymore. Now what?
It's like what you'll see in Monty Python or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so
15 plus
silent.
0.
Okay, so Redro, you inspect it similar to how Valtr did. You fiddle with the door handle. You even open it, and it just goes to the outside. You just see more forest out. Nothing strange. Window panes, stuff. But as you close the door and you walk around, there is something off about this. Silent. You look at these. You look at Valtr and Redro investigating around, and then finally it clicks to you what looks strange about this.
In your neighborhood.
The room
You're gonna
on
go.
the left. The door frame that is between the door of leading to like the room on the left and the hallway and this like short area going out the back door. The wall is thicker than the one on the right.
Thicker.
Like thicker enough to be kind of asymmetrical.
Hmm.
But it looks like they did not want anyone drawing attention to that. So far as to actually, they went so far to not draw attention to this by shifting the position of the left room to be further in to the wall versus the one on the right, so that the hallway, this area leading to the back door, would look equal. But when in reality, the doors are not in the same place.
Well, shit. What do we have here?
You
It's just the back door
actually
leading to the outside.
you walk over and you actually start knocking on this, like, this wider, like, wall section between the door and like the back door area, and it does sound a little bit hollow. And as you knock further into this, this middle area, like leading to like the back door, it sounds
Yeah.
very hollow. Like you can hear that the sound
Someone's
goes
knocking my
into
door.
there somewhere. It's like knocking on a door. You're pretty confident there's nothing behind this wall.
There's going
Can
to
I-
be there's going to be a staircase leading downstairs where we'll find the troll named the Old God.
The old god.
The All God.
The All Father. Zoo!
All right. Armed with this information, what do you do?
Can I throw the doorknob through the hollowed wall?
it's still a wall. You want to like slam the doorknob through the hollow thing? What,
Yeah, I
like
wanna
use
show
the
you
doorknob
that.
to just stick it in and make your own doorknob?
I was
I'm
about
gonna make
to
my own
say.
door. I'm gonna make my own entrance.
Do you want to try?
Yeah, I want to try that. That should be kind of funny if I think about it.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
Oh yeah.
Do you say anything before you do this, or do we just see you like look at the knock on a wall and then like plunge a door handle in?
Oh yeah. I just remain quiet.
You
just see me-
it's weird that way.
You just see me
Alright.
knocking. Then you see me bring out the door handle I was holding. Then just charge to the wall.
It looks like you're trying to put a key into something, but it's just a doorknob into a wall.
You got a I'm sorry, I didn't see you type in it. You got a 21. So everyone
Cyber
else
dogs.
everyone else sees you knock, raise an eyebrow, take out the doorknob, and just and it is embedded in the wall.
Hang on, pause that. Hang on, I'll be right back.
What the
It's
dog
not
do?
going well.
Who let the dogs out?
Wait, that's not how doors work. You don't just put a fucking doorknob
Yeah,
into a
he
wall.
did.
And
Well, You know, you're right, but I'm not about to tell that to a guy who can slam a doorknob through a wall.
You know, through Unga Bunga, you can
he
achieve
might say,
anything.
you never know. Next, he might say like, it seems like I need to open your mind, and then he'll shove it in my brain and then start twisting it.
There's some kind of magic in this forest where suddenly the entire party has resorted to cavemanning when investigating everything.
Come
I'm
on,
back, what am I-
SpongeBob. We're not
Yeah.
cavemen. We have technology. Alright, and as
Silent, what the hell?
Is
Oh,
this
sorry.
and
what?
You're gonna twist it.
as you twist it, Silent, you actually see that the doorknob, like part of it, is crumpled underneath your like fist pressure. It's in like the shape where you're like your grip. And as you twist it, like confidently, as if to open the door, it just twists itself out. And you just have like the round part of the doorknob, and like the mechanism is like stuck in the wall. And then as it stays there, with a quiet, gentle creak, it goes, and then it falls inside the wall. And you hear it bounce on the ground.
As it's bouncing, I'd like to pay attention to my quake step and just using that vibration, see if I
With
can
the
get a sense of
vibration,
it.
you feel that there is now vibrations coming from different levels. The first bounce was here, the second bounce was here, the third bounce was here, like stairs.
There's a staircase inside.
Using your enlightened dirty rag, you hold it up and you peer through the hole, and you do indeed see a streak of light shining through the wall and reveal a hollow area big enough for even a man of your stature to pass through.
Before anything else, I put out my flame sword because I don't want anything to catch on fire
Okay.
as I go through this narrow hallway.
Yeah.
I throw away the doorknob.
Just nonchalant, to the side. Well done, Silent.
Sorry if I didn't say anything. I was very into the investigation.
That's commonplace in the party, I think, so it's fine.
And plus, I wanted to see if I can actually open a door if I was holding.
Right. Do you want to use the rag and walk your way down, or do you want to just walk down blindly
What
down
do you mean?
dark
I'm gonna just use my torch.
Ah,
Well, to walk down, you're probably going to have to break down more of the wall first, because so far all you have is a small doorknob-sized hole.
All right.
Silent just Kool-Aid mans his way through.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right then.
Make
I
me
use
a
the
strength
vibration.
check.
I use the vibration. I use the vibration of him either Kool-Aid manning through or bouncing off the wall to see what else I can pick up.
Can I do that, man? Can I do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you roll me a strength check
yeah.
to Kool-Aid man your
yeah.
way through a wall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Merlo
Let's
out
do
here
it.
getting proper backup to uproot a tree, while these three idiotas just Kool-Aid man through a wall.
Hey man, we're having fun here.
Hey, if I
It
can
is a
command
16.
Watson to Kool-Aid man through a wall, I will do it.
yes.
He's an opportunist at heart, and I can't blame him for that. You got a 16. Right. With the wooden wall being so rickety, you know, it is of little effort to a experienced berserker like you, even though you're a fighter, to Kool-Aid man your way through a wall. And in true Tom and Jerry style, the whole wall is for a moment. Redro, Valtr, you could swear that just for a moment in time and space, you saw a perfect silent imprinted shape in the wall, Tom and Jerry style. But before the rest of the wood somehow magically falls down and makes a hole, like a sizable hole for just you all to go through. And from the vibration from said impact, it sends it downwards. And Redro, you can sense sort of like a short spiral staircase downwards to what you feel like is another hollow area, like an underground room, is your theory.
There seems to be a hollow staircase leading to an underground room. We need to investigate.
Right, Silent. Right now, after you've kuwait through the wall, you are now standing on set stairs, and with the illuminated rag from Valtr, you can see the light bounce, and then you see the other half of your doorknob lying at a curvature down further on the stairs.
Here you are. Can I go down and grab it?
I follow him down the stairs, and then when he bends down to pick up the
hold
doorknob, I take advantage. No, I go past him and I lead down the stairs. I light my flame sword again as soon as there's space.
As
Right.
soon as he passes
As
me, I'm gonna take advantage.
reach the bottom of the stairs, you light your flame sword and you brandish it around to see what's going on. And you see it is basically an entire underground room that is hidden by the log cabin. You can tell that great effort has been put into this, because earlier with your tremor sense, this felt like a normal house with just like the floors and everything, but it's because they made a fake floor for the floor of this cabin, so that it, like, your tremor sense just kind of bounced up and down like a normal floor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it's wood. It
It's
famously
wood.
vibration dampening.
Yeah. So this room was effectively invisible to you, but you also now know whoever made this, this looked pretty deliberate. Great care was put into this. And out of all this, it is just an empty underground room. Silent and Valtr quickly follow suit, and the room is illuminated by your various items. And in the very middle of the room, you see this hole. It looks like sort of old well. Half of it has been broken in, with a rope leading down it.
Considering our track record with wells, I do not want to explore that.
Where's our warlock with the bird familiar when we need it?
With a fever in bed.
Yeah.
He's like a Pokemon in your pocket that's been poisoned. He's like incapacitated.
Oh, that means every time we move, he gets lower and lower health.
Yeah, we're working with the Pokemon Red system.
You got hit with the poison swamp.
You hear like the doo-doo, 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 doo-doo sound effect. Yeah, you see this well with a rope in the middle. And I will leave you to deliberate on this. We now go back to Team Town, where it is Watson and Merlo.
Go in.
It'll be
Down
Theecius
the tunnel.
eventually when he comes back.
You
Yeah, but for now, I'll be the first.
You now see. Oh yeah, Yeet has been on for a while. You now see you're now in like the tunnels that you uncovered, Merlo, with Watson leading the charge with a hatchet, and you following behind. It is a pretty sizable tunnel compared to everything before. This would be a tunnel where your other bigger party members, namely, Redro, Valtr, and Silent, can actually walk through here fine, although they might have to lower their head a bit for the more taller ones. You proceed through this. I remember you were holding a torch or something? Well, a hooded lantern, right?
Yeah, I have a hooded lantern like on my belt, and then I'm holding my gun.
Yeah, you have a hooded lantern, and you walk through. And so far, it only just started to get dark as you make your way in, and you keep going down deeper. Actually, there keep being stairs leading down further, deeper and deeper, until you enter an area that is just big tunnels. As you step into this, your foot knocks over something dry and rattly. And as you look down on it, it is a bone. Looks like it belonged to a human or something. But you're no biologist. But you know it's like a bone of something.
Wait, human or gnome?
It looks to you to be human. Too big to be a gnome.
Okay.
And you're at this sort of like a T-junction. Like you go in, there's like left and right splitting paths. You know, one path goes left, one path goes right. And it's just like this stone tunnel. And on the walls, you see that there are like skulls and other things. It looks like a catacomb of some sort.
Human skulls?
There seem to be various kinds. There's human skulls, there's gnome skulls, there's halfling skulls, there's like elven skulls. Skulls of all kinds.
Watson, I assume this is not known by the town?
I've never seen an area like this before, sir. When I saw that hidden passageway, I didn't think that we would have an entire catacomb beneath the town. This is new. You see him going over and like tapping some of the skulls with his like, you know, axe, and he's like, these look pretty old. I think this must have been here long before the town was even started here. This is ancient history.
Working theory right now. Let's get our minds together, Watson. So, we can either assume that the plague, the plant virus, has some kind of intelligent and sinister force behind it, and that it has been here the whole time, been involved in the making of these catacombs and got itself into town. Or maybe the catacombs was a way some of the villagers took out, although that would be strange that villagers would try to circumvent the city gates. It could also be some sinister force bringing the virus into town, not having built the catacombs themselves, but just using it as a way to get into town.
Well, sir, I don't think the villagers have been using this because we had to uproot an entire tree for this. And judging from our footsteps and everything, we're like the first halflings and gnomes here in a very, very long time. It's practically undisturbed.
This must be where the infection came from, Watson.
I think
And
so
if it
too,
couldn't-
sir.
How did it get out of the tree? The tree had a hole at the top, so it had to be something that can float.
You
through
see
a narrow
Watson's
hole.
eyes widen as he starts to realize something. Sir, the monsters that we fought, they often had vine-like appendages coming out of them. Do you think that hole could have been big enough for it to like poke one of its things through?
The floor when we were walking, there wasn't footsteps, but like, was there a lot of dust on the ground, or did it look like disturbed? Like, was there stuff going through it often?
No, it did not look. No. Okay, DM talk. You're asking DM. No, the ground did not look disturbed. But you weren't looking at the walls or the ceiling.
Okay. Watson, I think you may be on the right track here. We should make sure we stay alert of how we move on. But I don't think we should get the others down here. I feel like it would be a risk too great. We will go alone.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of room for fighting in here either, sir. And you're right. Thanks to you being gnomes and halflings, you can stand side by side, shoulder by shoulder, quite comfortably while swinging weapons in here. But if it were anyone else, like a human-sized creature, probably one person per tunnel.
Look, I were you alive during the war, Watson?
The war. I was born when it was in the later stages, so I didn't get to see much action. Thankfully, Round Hill was never really touched by the war. We felt the effects, but thankfully, no one came by to knock down our doors.
I was young during the end of the war, and there were stories of fighters in tunnels. It was horrifying. I, I
Oh,
don't have the time to recant it now, but we should really make sure to watch our steps in here.
you see Watson nodding in agreement. Understood, sir.
All right.
Sir,
Yes.
Watson looks at the right tunnel. Do you think that do you think there's something strange with the right wall, sir?
Can I roll investigation?
Yes, you can. Roll me investigation.
Yes, sir. Come on, app. Fuck, dude. Yeah, there it goes. My phone is like dying slowly. That's the 4 plus 0. That's the 4.
You look at the wall. You see a wall.
Great. I'm sorry, Watson. I'm not sure what you mean.
So could you bring the light in closer, sir? He moves in closer to like the wall on the right, kind of like in the corner when it's about to turn. You know, the corner of the wall.
Yeah, I gave him the light.
Yeah, he holds it up. And he also has like, and then he points upwards to like kind of like a crack because it's made of like stone masonry bricks, right? There's a crack there. He said like, so I think there's something green there. You look in closer to where Watson's pointing, and there is. It looks to be a leaf, a freshly green leaf.
So it looks like it's growing from behind the wall, or is there like
No,
a cavern?
it looks like it's a singular leaf that's been detached from like a stem.
Oh, so there's like nothing behind the wall. It looks like it just got clipped onto the wall.
Yeah, it looks like it got clipped, and he's like, and Watson brings out some gloves he has, like gardener's gloves that he was using earlier. And using that, he picks up the leaf from that corner and brings it down. And he looks at it, and he shows it, to you, and while looking at it, he's like, it's very, very fresh, sir. Can't have been more than a day.
I put it in the lantern.
As you look at it, you see something disturbing, both of you. You see that the stem of the leaf slowly wiggles left and right. At first, you just thought it was just the wind, but you see it wiggling left and right slowly, like a worm.
Put it in the lantern.
I agree, sir.
Right now.
He opens the lantern and then he chucks it in. It immediately burns really quickly. He closes the lantern for good measure as well. Well, that was bloody unnerving, sir.
Okay, how do we go on? Do we inform the mayor of this? Or do we investigate further? I mean, we are sure right now this is where the source of the infection in the town comes from.
Well, so you're the more experienced one here, so I'll gladly take any orders from you, but I think if we were to go and talk to the mayor right now, it might be slow, because this leaf was quite new. It just got clipped here, so if we were to follow that, sir, then it probably came from the right tunnel. Whatever this thing is, could be another monster. You see him
then
take out some oil and then like cover it like on the tip of his hatchet and wrap some bandages like around it as well.
Okay. Watson, I've made my decision. We will go down this tunnel and we will investigate further. but if we were to meet a force that is too much for both of us to take, I would give you a signal, fish, and then we just run out of there as fast as possible.
What kind of fish, sir?
If I speak of fish of any kind, then we run. This,
Right, sir.
out of my
Understood.
experience, this has worked wonderfully.
Understood, sir. Fish.
Yeah, this is a wonderful running joke.
Fish of any kind. Right, sir. Watson looks like he's seriously remembering this.
All right. You take point, Watson. You have the melee weapon. I'll be right behind you.
Right, sir. You both move down the right tunnel in the catacombs. As you move down further, you see your usual stuff on the side of walls, like tombs, skulls, bones, whatnot. Various things. And as you go in further, there are some more splitting routes, but they seem to be like old or crumpled or blocked off from just caves in. But as you get to a certain point, you see something strange. On the side of a wall, there appears to be a figure in the wall. You and Watson both approach it as you're walking by it. And it looks like a statue of a human going through the wall. Like, you only see his back and like the two of his legs. His left knee is in the wall. It's like it's embedded through. Like, he tried to run and phase through the wall, but it didn't quite work out. Now he's just stuck there as a statue.
What the fuck? Wait, is it like a carved statue, or does it look like someone literally turned to stone?
It looks eerily lifelike.
Fucking
Like,
Michelangelo's been down here.
Watson looks at it, and even the clothes have been turned to stone. But as he looks at an exposed part of the shirt, like, it looks like a part of his shirt, like the statue shirt, has been lifted up. Like, like the guy was running really fast and his shirt jumped up. It's now been frozen and petrified in stone. He looks at it and he quietly whispers to you, "Holy moly. I can see he's got a mole on that. It looks just like real skin." You look at where Watson's looking, and indeed, it looks like this skin itself was real, because you can see all the tiny details. A mole, dimples. The texture itself of the stone is uneven in color. Almost if someone just injected liquid stone into a human body and then petrified it.
Merlo rolls a 1 on intelligence. Must be a great artist, sculpture. No, okay. Fuck. Are you aware of anything that could have done this?
Well, sir, magic has never really been my expertise, but I can confidently say I've never seen anything like this before. We've had some talented sculptors, but not this. And
I have heard of creatures whose gaze could turn people into stone, but their clothes with them?
yes, and so he's going through a wall. But
I have a friend who can do that.
oh, well, that's very.
But
Did he get stuck as well?
No, he's more of an earth person. I don't mind to ask, but I don't think this is the situation here. I just felt like it was worth mentioning.
He takes the backside of his axe and the hatchet, and then he like taps on the wall near like the phased in person. It comes back as solid thunks. Thunk, 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 thunk. I don't think it's hollow, sir. What
the fuck?
My thoughts exactly, sir. I don't get
Plant people is not enough. Now we have stone. God fucking this doesn't have anything to do with our investigation, right? It shouldn't have.
Well, we've dealt with plant people, not stone people, so
Yes, plant and stone feel like very disparate things.
But you both find them in the forest, I guess. Watson looks like he's like grasping at like explanations that could anything that would possibly make this situation better, but he's failing miserably at it, and the both of you know it.
We push on, Watson. We need to know more.
Yes, sir. We will. You both leave the creepy statue behind, and we will now swap back to Team Forest.
Team Fortress.
Not Team
Alright.
Fortress, Team Forest. If it was Team Fortress, I think this mission could have been speed ran in a different way.
Pyro
You see
game.
me rocket jump everywhere.
Pyro's first solution. We burn down the forest. Situation
And then we
solved.
turn down the village.
And the
We
people.
burned down the village, yeah.
And the women. And the children.
Oh, and the women, we treat with love and respect.
Oh yes, we can
No.
totally sell the children, but we treat the women with respect.
Oh, more. Okay, you're now back. So what is your plan?
We throw Dwayne the Rock Johnson down the wall.
What have you been typing?
Don't look at that. That's fine. So I'm taking Valtr's stone his rag, and then I'm just like, is there any rock like in the enter room, like piece of stone?
Yeah, like any
Part of the
like,
like
any
collapsed
different
in well. You could probably wrench like a rock from it or something.
Yeah,
rock. Alright,
yeah,
that's
pretty much. I crush it into like a small piece, and then I wrap it in the rag, and I just drop it down the well. Right,
Okay.
lads, we'll listen.
You wrap the stones in the rag,
The fuck
and you
is he
tie it
rolling?
up, and you let it drop. Trying to emulate the sound of stones being wrapped in the rag, man. Damn it, I'm using dice.
Nah, he's rolling. He's rolling. He's rolling.
And you drop it, and it goes straight down like a rock because you've put rocks in it,
Yes.
and it lands down with a conk. You can still see it, and you can see what is illuminated. Clearly, there's some sort of area down below for you to explore, not just like a dead end. And it doesn't seem too far because you can still see the light. If you recall, Valtr, the light.
The entire next session is just fucked because the three of us just jumped down a well. Yeah.
The light from the cantrip illuminates things in a 20-foot radius, and it's still illuminating quite brightly to where you're looking from. So this thing must be somewhere within the 20-foot depth. Not that far.
Alright, bet. I fall in.
He pulls a cradle.
Like that scene where he just falls off the cliff.
Sing with me, sing for
Sing for the young.
Right.
I'll go and I'll see what's down there, lads.
There is a rope leading down for you to hold on to.
I'll
yeah,
grab it.
complete-
I'll grab it later. I'll grab it later.
Unless you want to jump down, then don't let me stop you.
I want to jump
He's
down.
actually gonna cradle it. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
Just a very quick check. Does this rope look like it's going to hold, and it's not like an old rope that it goes, then immediately just splits? And B, does it reach all the way down to the bottom of the well?
It looks like it reaches. You can see it lit, to the bottom of the well, like
Okay, so
with
it
the
does
light.
reach.
But I made a mistake. This must be around 40 feet something. So the light is a little bit
Hmm.
dimmer from where you're looking, but you know it still illuminates it fine.
Alright, still following it.
I'd like to. He's absolutely not here, but like I'd like to backseat roleplay his character of Tedrick leaves the scarecrow up at the top of the well.
Okay, as like
I-
a stand
like-
guard.
Yeah, the stand guard, and he can
Oh.
get back there if in case.
Mm-mm. Okay, you.
If he disagrees, it's fine. But
Yeah. So for now, I'll just say he leaves his scarecrow. I mean, not scarecrow, crow on top of the wooden arch of like the well.
Bro.
yeah.
She's just like standing there. You see like the crow kind of go, oh, as like a short salute to people about to venture down.
I'd imagine NPC Tedrick just shouting his name like a Pokemon.
Tedrick, Tedrick,
Tedrick.
Tedrick, and then he just launches you forward. Okay, so who's going down first, and how?
Me.
I'm going down first.
Okay,
All right.
who's going down first?
Me.
Silent. Okay, Silent, you're going down first. How do you proceed down?
I fall down.
You Kratos it. All right.
Kratos it.
Make me an athletics check.
Alright, bad.
Not healing your ass. You have potions.
Don't worry, I'm the most athletic dude wearing full plate armor you've
The
ever
drop
seen.
is roughly
Yeah.
10 yards.
Get dirty 20.
If all this for a family guy
You-
death pose joke.
So when you say so when you say you Kratos down, do you mean to tell me that like you go down head first into the well?
Yes.
Is the well big enough, wide enough for him to like?
It kind of is. His legs might catch a little bit, but he should be able to theoretically just
Yeah, his legs
completely
might catch a
keel
bit.
over.
Yeah, but just like hope it's his legs, because if it's not, his forehead is skidding down the side of the well.
It's like the metal helmet just going.
yeah.
You see sparks coming out of it. Valtr and Redro up there, they're like wincing as he looks like. Ooh, what- ooh."
You know the scene from Dark Souls 3 where it's like
The
where you have a helmet and you slide down? Yeah.
And that's what happens. You keel over, your legs slightly catch on part of the wall, but you crumple it in. You keel over, your helmet scrapes against the wall, going. You actually see sparks flying out of it, and like some of the stone bits like crumpling out from like the shredding. And like Valtr and like Redro, you get to see this in like full vision because of the light at the bottom of the well just shining down on this.
And the sparks flying off his head. Yeah.
Yeah. And then because like he's going there, but as he like hits the wall, he slides off it, and then he like kind of slips off. It's no longer scraping, and then gets to the bottom of the well. He somehow magically, like a beast, manages to stop the fall with his two arms, and then fall down to a plank position, like he's in the middle of a push-up. You
I
take
asked
one
Redro.
damage from that entire dumbass endeavor.
Yeah, baby.
I asked Redro. He's
But-
human, right?
I think so. One way or the other.
Interesting.
The
I slowly
Adeptus,
get up.
Valtr, the Adeptus Mechanicus, starts considering going the chat biologist. Silent, I will also award you with one inspiration for your pains.
Yeah,
The flesh is weak no longer.
Who said that the flesh is weak? The Adeptus Mechanicus are fools.
All right, who's next down the well?
Yeah, I start rappelling using the rope.
Just doing it the normal way.
Yeah, just the normal way.
It is.
If you want flavor, I'm humming a song while going down. One by one, hurrah, hurrah.
In true Boomer Soldier, you You rappel down the rope while humming a song,
Yeah.
man. And I'm not even gonna. You don't even have to roll anything. You just get down easy. It's like basic training.
I
to you.
hope not. I hope not.
You get down easy. You rappel down the 10 yards. You get there. You land there in a very gentle fashion, as if to make a point to the earlier person.
As if I'm not making a point though. I'm used to this shit.
All right, and now the third person. I just have 3 fully armored men just like try to go down a well. It looks like the dumbest crusade I've ever seen.
Hey man, I bring laughs. I'm the one who's willing to make those funny jokes at my expense.
You know what?
Because you'll still get up, even if it's at your expense.
Exactly, with the with the traits that meme gave me, I'm not dying anytime soon.
He is the Olaf of our party.
Okay, Valtr, how do you
Oh,
descend?
God.
That's one way to call me.
All right. I'll cast Feather Falling on myself. Then I'll just walk down into the wall.
You're not even gonna climb. You're just gonna cast Featherfall and just float down
Yeah,
10 yards.
I'll take the
It's
snazzy elevator.
it's 40 feet, right, meme?
Yes, it's 40 feet.
So 4 seconds later, we see Valtr like float down.
Yes.
Yeah.
As he was saying, you see him doing like the elevator, just slowly descend.
It looks like an animation of Iron Man landing, but without like the repulsor fire or anything.
Yeah. As you get to the very bottom, you push an imaginary button and you go.
Kept you waiting, huh?
That is horrible.
Yeah, as soon as he arrives at the bottom, just an ominous voice from nowhere, some deity who likes to pull jokes. Ground floor.
Ground floor.
And all 3 of you have made it down safely to the bottom of this 40-foot tall well.
Well, I don't know about safely. I lost 1 hill.
And whose fault was it?
I don't know, the helmet.
Alright. And also, I forgot to award this at the very start of the session, but Redro, your Terrabellum is getting upgraded.
Mm.
Your sensory capabilities have been extended to 70 feet wide without thaumaturgy and 110 feet radius with thaumaturgy. And
Alright.
just for some additional information, the maximum range you can go below you, like, you know, if you were to say like in like a 360 sphere around you, it would be 60 feet. So roughly the length of this well is 40, so 20 feet beyond that. So sizable.
Alright.
Right. And that's your Tremor Sense upgrade.
Yeah. Do you mean depth in this? Like 60
Oh, yes.
foot depth?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to put in depth.
Alright.
Okay, cool. Right, and now you're all at the bottom of this so-called well, and you see it's like a rocky cavern underneath. Like, there probably did use to be like some water here, but whatever that is, it's long gone now. It's dry and dusty. And the cavern seems to lead in one direction. There's a tunnel going in one direction. And the tunnel looks like it's one of those cave tunnels where it looks like it's been eroded heavily with water. And
So,
Redro, can you roll
it-
me an investigation check and also a history check?
Well,
Okay, that's investigations that, and then history is wow.
As it's
You think I'm gonna use my advantage? One of my advantages.
Okay.
Or sorry, inspirations.
Yeah.
To my only remaining inspiration. That's more like it.
Yeah, I figured your history score has to be pretty high. Yeah.
No, it's 0.
Oh. Okay. Uh.
0.
Oh. Right. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. So as you look at this, it looks like a pretty normal, cave, but you feel like you've seen this somewhere before, and you remember. During your time in the war, you once came across a tunnel like this. It was a tunnel made by water elementals, blasting high pressure jets of water at like the stone walls to kind of plow a tunnel through using pure water pressure to crack the stone. Because despite the walls and the ceilings and whatnot surrounding this and like this the ground and everything looks naturally made through water erosion, the tunnel itself is very uniform. It is like of uniform width and height. So
It's set to standards, like it was
Yeah.
standardly built.
like a convenient standard for around 3 water elementals to just blast it through at the same time. And then after blasting it through, they just clean up all like the remaining rocks and jagged edges of like on the walls and stuff to make it easier to traverse and manage. This would also explain, in your geology like knowledge, why there's a distinct lack of big stalactites or stalagmites. Because in a water eroded thing, you'd expect there to be some kind of mineral drip from above to create stalagmites, stalactites.
Yeah.
But there is none. The things that you see look like kind of like an imitation, a camouflage, similar to what those water elementals back in the war did. You remember it well because you're one of the people used in sussing them out.
So the leftover water would not have been water that's dispersed through ground. Like it's not formed by the same of groundwater. It would have been remnants of whatever was used to
It looks
carve through all this.
like because when you blast it through with stone, like obviously the edges aren't gonna come out nicely cut, right? It's gonna be jagged. So they kind of just blasted those away, and then they left like grooves and other like pointy bits hanging out that look like stalagmites and stalactites.
Right. But I'm saying the lack of stalagmites and stalactites or any mineral deposits means that no water has been penetrating from surface level.
No.
Correct.
And it doesn't look like there was any below surface level as well, which makes the purpose of putting a well here seem pretty damn pointless.
Right. But is it damp? Is there remaining water?
It's not damp. There is no remaining water that you can see.
It's completely dry.
It's completely dry, as you can tell.
Okay, I see. This was yeah. Do you want to continue with description, or is that it?
That's pretty much it, unless you want to know more.
Okay. No. All right, Valtr. Son. From my history, I can tell this is a manufactured tunnel. This was not natural. There's no reason for the well to be up there. It's a cover-up. This was made. This was burrowed out. This is going somewhere. This was deliberate.
I see.
Hmm.
All I see is the ground because I'm still laying on the ground.
Did we leave the rag behind? Somebody pick up the rag.
The rag
I
is
crawl.
right beside all of you.
I grab I grab it
All right.
and I get back up.
All right. Let's push through the cave. We know this place was made deliberately.
From the looks of it, obviously.
Too
There
wide
is
to be natural.
Can't be. Who the hell would make
uniform.
this?
It's too uniform to be natural. I light my sword once again. Or, yeah, light my sword once again. Have my shield out of the
Okay. You have your.
Start pushing on.
Okay.
Start pushing on through.
You three push on. Let me recap again. What are your current light sources? That is the. Do you take the rocks out of the rag or?
No, keep the mean silent. It's a weapon. It's an improvised weapon.
Yo, in
it's now my
prison.
only light source. Bro, give me that fucking thing. I'm gonna make a ship out of it. I'm gonna
bro,
fucking shake this motherfucker.
Now, bro, you're David now.
Okay, so you got the fire
No,
sword.
where's the Goliath?
We have the fire sword. We have the lights in the the glowing rag. And then, do you still use a torch or no?
I have my torch.
Okay, so
All right. So
who's holding the torch and the rag then?
I think Silent's holding both.
he's
things.
dual wielding them. He's using his feet of dual weapon wielding.
All right. With this, you move forward. The tunnel, as you said, is uniform in length, but it's not too comfortable for like two people to be walking side by side. So we're gonna have to decide formation, who's going first, middle, and last.
I should go first. I have I can sense the earth. I'm not going to make anything shake though. Don't want to risk a collapse. But
I'll
go
trail
first.
behind.
And Silent will be sandwiched in the middle.
Okay.
Two big guys.
Remind me to never invite you into a grimdark campaign.
What do you mean?
All right, you move on in here, and as you
I'll
suspected,
shine some light in that shit.
as suspected, Redro, you go through a series of fake looking, like you walk through. It's obviously fake. It goes gradually downwards. It goes downwards for quite a while, but as it goes downwards halfway through, it gives way to proper stone steps. Mentally, you kind of scoff at this. Also because you've had like a long-standing history with these water elementals making these fake tunnels, and all you can think in your mind is just amateurs. Didn't even put a fake cave at the end.
Yeah. He's like, shoddy work.
Shoddy, where's she at?
I'll kill you. I swear to God. And the rest of the trip is, instead of the fake slope you've been walking on, is now a bunch of stone steps with an occasional rest of like a stone square platform, and you keep going down, 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 and deeper down for whatever amount of time until you reach a big cavernous area that's just filled with stairs leading downwards to various places and tunnels. And there are like tombs and catacombs scattered around. Like you can very clearly tell now that there is a catacomb, and it all leads to this sort of edge, like dropping down this series of stairs. And as you approach this, you see the series of stairs leading down, and they all go down to this one area with a big archway. There used to be yeah. Sorry, I'll just
Is it wide
describe
enough
this
that we
quickly.
don't have? Okay.
So this is big enough for, you would say, a small army to hide in here. Like an entire small platoon of men could just easily and comfortably camp out here given enough supplies. And the archway at this bottom area has half a door kind of eked open, with the other half of the door kind of collapsed in already. It must have been very hard to breach back in the day, but now it poses zero obstacle to anyone.
There's an open door.
This and to reaffirm, this archway and door is big. Okay, it is not like human sized or anything. This is like trolls and ogres can pass through this fine.
Oh, I don't say that then because it's fucking obvious if it's that big.
Yeah.
There's a door. Well, no fucking shit.
Yeah, this huge, like
I was
twice,
wondering what that was.
just a huge, like twice the size of like an airplane hangar. Like there's a fucking door when I'm right in front of it.
Whoa, no shit.
No shit. All right.
So
Is there-
do we just proceed further into this big ass door, or
There's, I whisper back to the two. There's a chance if there's anyone here, if there's anyone at all, or any creature that's moved in per se, we might stumble upon. Do we want the element of surprise? We can start moving stealthily, put out some of the lights. I don't know how to leave silent to his dark vision or lack of.
you're pointing out my own. You're pointing at that I can't see in the dark, but you forgot to mention that I'm wearing full plate armor.
You've stealthed across the stuff. I don't know this as Valtr. As Valtr, I'm not playing Valtr. I don't know this as Redro. But you've stealthed across an entire swamp in full plate armor before.
Bert, you don't know that. You don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Redro doesn't know that, but I know that as Recker.
Both of you don't know that.
Yeah, about that. I cast Pass Without Trace, my cantrip.
Okay. You shroud all three of you in this shadowy darkness. And wait, hold up. Does Pass Without Trace hide light?
It's a so mechanically it's a +10 to stealth, but it does not hide light. It just removes. It just makes it harder to get a visual on us, from what I understand, and it removes basically trails and like evidence that we've walked through somewhere.
Shadow. All right. Okay. It doesn't block light. I'll rule it as that.
Yeah, it doesn't block light.
But you will
That's
leave no footprints.
We leave no footprints.
Yeah.
Think of it as like, because it's tied to an earth generosity, think of it as like it's light level manipulation of the ground so that footprints and like footsteps, foot splashes,
and some
and water
optical
and
play, kind of like a cloak.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like actual invisibility, but it's like, it's really it's almost impossible to tell we were here.
Okay, you three have that, and do you put out all your lights?
I put out my sword.
Okay, Valtr. Valtr, do you put out your light cantrip?
Yeah. I dispel it.
You dispel your light cantrip, and Silent, your torch.
I beat the shit out of it.
Okay, you beat the Valtr, Redro. You see him punching the shit out of his torch, and then it suddenly just goes out in an inexplicable fashion. Yes, quite literally, the term firefighter comes to mind.
What are you looking at? Isn't this how you also turn off your Isn't this how you put off your own?
It is now very dark. Those with dark vision can kind of see. You are.
Yeah,
I also have,
guy.
I also have break steps, so I'm fine. I'm not using the cantrip, but so I'm fine.
Redro, you kind of have at least everything that is on the ground. You have a murky sense of it. You can see kind of like in the gray visual effect. If you understand it from video games, you have like the ping sense, like Rek'Sai.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I assume you're going to be leading the way.
I'm going to be leading the way. Silent can hold on to. I am wearing clerical what you call it? Like it's like canonically my armor is what's it called? Splint armor.
Splint armor, similar to brigand armor.
Yes, but it's covered with cleric robes.
Yeah.
So he can just hold on. Yeah, so you can just hold on to the tassels at the back, or like the rope, the back of the rope.
Okay, yeah, he's holding like onto like the cloth bit,
Yeah, yeah.
Silent, you can't see shit. You might as well close your eyes and start
Whoa.
walking around. You are now completely dependent on your companions.
Speaking of which, Valtr, we might want to look for an engineered solution for this one time.
He starts trying to
Grab
find
this.
light enhancing crystals.
Yeah,
You guys are gonna give me like night vision goggles or something.
Well, one day he's
Yeah.
gonna emerge from his basement just going, guys, I call this moonlight vision. he completely remakes the moonlight goggles from the US military. Alright, and you follow up behind Silent, and you don't see as well, or you don't sense as well as Recker does, but Redro does, but you can see to a certain amount, being a dark vision person. It's still like looking around in a very dim room.
Does
Very
it count that I can see the dark? Does that count as dark vision?
All right, and
we
you proceed down
we
the
push through.
steps. As you
Yep.
proceed down the stairs, down to this like lower area, even earlier before with the light, you saw that every area kind of like had stairs leading down from like the higher platforms to like down this place, kind of like an amphitheater encirclement. But the stairs are made in a very confusing fashion. They're not like straight down, straight up on along each side in an orderly fashion.
I need to go pray. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, just take a quick break for 5 minutes then. How about that?
Alright.
Yeah.
The DM will go to the bathroom.
Alright.
And
Alright.
Merlo, prepare your stuff, because when we get when Team Forest gets down to like the bottom of this place and arch stuff, we'll swap back to you. Okay?
Okay. Wait, why do you guys... Wait. Who's still here? Recker, are you still here?
No, he went to pray.
Recker went to pray.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought Silent went. Okay, shit, sorry.
What?
I got mixed up. Why do you guys turn off your light, by the way? I didn't quite catch that.
Or
Yeah, it's
stealth, I
for-
believe.
Yeah, for the stealth thing that Recker casted on us. Like, the light can be seen. So...
Although
get
I
it.
do feel like, since we're already dealing with something magical, it can see us regardless in the dark.
If your stealth is gonna be very funny when like the two tunnels come together, Merlo doesn't see you and just starts shooting.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah, imagine that. Imagine the tunnels actually
That,
connect back to
that
the
might actually.
Imagine, God. Thank God the DM.
No,
not here.
like, what if that is the case?
Yeah, I don't know because I'm gonna have the light. You guys aren't. If you guys spook me, I'm gonna. And anyways, I started blasting.
I think we can tank it. Maybe Sally can tank it. He's
I might
very,
die,
he's
but I can
very
come
strong.
back. I might die on the initial hit, but I'll come back.
you just regenerate damage straight up. But I can't shake the feeling that we have used detect magic before. It's like, really is like, what if the creature doesn't need sight?
What, like it detects movement?
Or not really. It's like, I don't think funguses need sight to infect things, yeah?
So if we step like on a mushroom or something, they come for us or something.
Yeah, maybe if we're going full Last of Us. But in that situation, yeah, you're probably screwed unless one of us drags you along.
I know for certain I'm gonna die if left to my own resources.
You're gonna get the Walking Dead treatment.
It also doesn't help how I can also come back from. Oh god, my traits might become a problem.
And only infinite food source.
I'm
Hell
back.
you
What
mean
did
by
I come
infinite
back
food
to?
That's actually
Nothing.
pretty morbid now that I think about it. This is no.
Oh Jesus, what's going on with your camera?
What do you mean? What's wrong with my camera?
Is it just me?
His
shit, I think it might
camera's
be me.
pretty fine.
Well, shit, the camera on my side is fucked. Like it's glitching the fuck out.
Oh.
The impostor.
The impostor. Like
The
here, I'll send a
impostor.
screenshot of what I'm saying.
Right, well, Recker's not back yet. I say we'll just swap to Merlo's side first then, to prevent
Alright.
Alright.
too long of a break.
This is
Gucci.
what I see. That is you, meme.
Where did you send the picture? Oh. Oh. You might want to disconnect and reconnect.
Nah, this looks funny.
Okay.
He
Oh,
likes
alright.
the pixels.
He likes the pixels. He likes the sussy. Alright.
There we go, it's
Yeah.
fixed. Brute forced it.
Our
Nice.
DM turned into an SCP. Goddamn.
He
He got
forces you
infected by.
class.
he forces you to play a non-stop grimdark campaign while forcing you to roleplay it constantly every second.
I'd
Do
love
not
that
leave
actually.
me. Do not leave me in that grim dark situation. The laughs are gonna be here.
Alright,
Right.
my body's ready.
We return back
Don't say it like
to
that.
Team Town with Merlo and Watson. At this point, you've walked past not just one now, but
Oh,
multiple disturbing statues phasing through the wall. The tunnel is still going straight in a direction, leading somewhere you're not sure of. And there seems to be more and more statues popping up on the sides of the walls of people phasing through. And this time, it's not just human statues. There are dwarves, gnomes, and halflings. And all of them seem to be the same kind as the first statue you saw. And what's even worse is that some of them look like they are trying to face through the wall to your side. So you see their horrified faces merge with the stone wall as they're desperately trying to reach through, but unfortunately are stuck in the wall.
Oh wait, if I can see them, like what are their clothes like? What do they wear?
Some of them wear armor, the kind knights use. Well, some of them just wear peasant clothing, farmer-like. Some of them look like hunters. Some of them just look like, travelers. Random bunch that don't really seem like they should be doing anything here, especially when it comes to phasing through walls.
Well, Watson, I think good news would be that I don't think this has anything to do with our current investigation. I feel like this is just a tunnel that's been here for a long time, that has come into this state, and is now being used by a nefarious entity trying to subvert the town.
Although I think whoever made all this happen seems to be kind of nefarious as well, sir. As he
Right,
says
but
this as he
it's-
walks past like a statue of like another man, like with his fingertips going through the wall.
Right, but as we come to understand, stone nefariousness and wood nefariousness are very different. So I feel like we're dealing with a wood villain, and a stone villain has been here for a long time and is now...
Moved on.
Yes, yeah. I do feel that is the case. I do hope that is the case.
I hope so too, sir. I really do.
I ready like a fucking smoke grenade, just like get it in my pocket or something where I can easily reach it.
It's the maneuver we talked about. You have it in like the quick toss maneuver.
Yeah, in the hot bar.
Yeah, you have it in the hot bar. You can
All right,
press
and
Q
we
to
move
quick
on.
toss.
Yeah.
You move on, and for a moment of time, it seems like the statue stopped appearing, and you've been walking for a good while now. And then you come to a section where there is just an entire row of just gnomes on both sides, trying to phase in through the wall, all with horrified looks on their faces. But there is, as you look around and walk through, one of the gnome statues on your left, in the middle of all of them, seem different. You feel a slight breeze coming out of that one, actually.
Oh my fucking god, shit.
Watson feels
Fuck.
the breeze as well, and he looks back at you as if to like say to you silently, as in, "Are we really gonna get nearer to this thing?"
All right, Watson, disregard that. Stone nefariousness is still is still about. Stone hijinks are very much still on the table. I feel. I god damn it. I
Uh,
put my hand near it. Is it breathing?
so the face of this gnome looking horrified. It's in like the open mouth, wide-eyed like position. It seems to be partially cracked, and you can see some of the holes on like the eyes, like cracked. Its face is cracked, and it's got a singular arm outstretched out. And
So yeah.
you're right next to it, checking for breathing. It doesn't seem to be any breathing.
Is the air coming through the hole?
It looks like it's coming through the cracks on the faces.
Okay, that's a relief. Okay. Right. Okay.
And as you're
So
right up
maybe
next to
stone.
this,
Yeah.
you hear a cracking sound. A vine bursts through the mouth of this statue and tries to grab around your neck in like a strangulation pose.
I dodge, if possible.
Roll me. Do you have any other like perk or anything for this?
I have a lot of perks pertaining to dodging. It's the thing I do the most. So normally it would just be, if it is a dexterity saving throw to like move out of the way. I just do that, and then I have uncanny dodge. Oh no, evasion. Okay, but like it's kind of different because it's like, oh, if I take half damage, then I take no damage. That's the thing, right? And if I take full damage, then I take half damage. If I do a dexterity saving throw. I also have uncanny dodge, like I can half an attack damage that's coming towards me. But that's it. Yeah.
I would say since you don't have anything directly pertaining to ambushes, I'll let you roll a dexterity check for this one.
That's 11 plus 7, 18.
11 plus 7, 18. Yeah, before the vine grabs around your throat, you quickly knock it with your hand and like kind of like duck and roll backwards out of it. Watson also steps back in surprise. What the bloody... You see the arm of the statue also twitch, crack, and then a vine appears out from the wrist of the arm. It slithers out like a snake. The face of the statue, of this gnome statue in the wall, its eyes crumble apart and out poke two eyeballs.
I'm going to fucking shit myself.
And then the eyeballs slowly crawl out of the statue on vine-like stalks. And the sides of the eyes bloom into flowers.
Can I still act, or are we onto the rolling initiative phase of this?
You can act. You're currently in the thick of it. So I
Oh,
think
okay,
we
I'll
found the
fucking
plant.
All right, let's move back for a bit. Let's see if we can engage it without risking ourselves.
You hear more cracking around you.
All right, let's stop floundering around. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Floundering. Right.
Flounder,
Flounder,
fish,
right,
fish,
right.
fish.
You see Watson take out a lighter and then light the tip of his axe, the bandages on the oil, and then he like swings it at like the vine slithering towards two of you, and he chops it off quite cleanly. As you both turn tail to run, you see the cracks appear in all the statues around you, and like multiple vines and root-like structures start crashing through.
All
You
right.
to quickly run, but you manage to get out of this due to your quick thinking soon enough, and you leave some headway for that.
I throw an oil flask onto the ground and I light it on fire.
The way you're running away from.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that, and the oil stays there, and then like there's like fire lit there. It should stay there for like a while.
Okay.
Watson is leading the way back when he suddenly stops a certain distance in this like section where there were no statues, and then he suddenly stops. Wait, sir. Do you hear that, sir?
Watson?
You stop and you listen, and up ahead you can hear sounds of footsteps that
Josh is
weren't
in.
there before. Sir, we saw statues there the way we came, right, sir? Do you think they also became like that?
Fuck. Wait, okay, so what we saw was that it burst through the wall or it came out of the statue?
It came out of the statues.
God, my fucking god. Indeed, Watson. It also came from that way. It seems we are gonna have to fight our way through.
Yep, sir. And I'm no expert, sir, but how long do you reckon that oil you dropped is going to last for?
Not very long.
Well, sir, looks like we're gonna have to do this the hard way, right?
All right, some quick questions. Oh wait. Just asking the DM something.
Yep.
The spark powder I have. Does it set stuff on fire? Like if it's near kindling or?
Set stuff. It has to be, like, let's say if it was like, you know, like fine powder in the air, like from like flour or like dust or like wood shavings. You can
Yeah.
ignite that, but it has to be very dry and fine, like tinder, if you were to do it, because it does generate like heat, right? It's a flashbang.
Yeah.
It's a sparkly mess of just like quick heat and light. But your version of a sparkler is not like the modern day flashbang we have in like our world, right? It doesn't generate that much heat. It's more light and spark than it is actual heat. You remember like the sparkler, like the cold fireworks, the sparklers?
Yeah,
That generates a lot of light, right? But not that much heat. Like barely any heat at all. That's why they're called cold fireworks. Your spark powder is similar to that.
We just let's just get out of here. So we'll run the way we came, fight whatever we have to fight. Get your fire ready. We may have to light a lot of things on fire. I have smoke grenades and flash powder that can maybe cover escape for some time. And I have one oil flash left, so that'll give us some time.
Right, sir. I have a burning hatchet. That should probably last us the entire fight or so. And I can punch wood pretty well.
That'll do. All right, we run out.
Okay. You two quickly run, and up ahead, real damn soon, thanks to the light from your equipment, you see that the hallway is now populated by several walking plant things. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like every statue in the goddamn hallway has exploded into the plant zombies. We'll call them plombies, I guess. But there are several of them. You can't account for them with certainty yet, since it's a pretty thin hallway, and they seem to be of around gnome to human size, various sizes. And you see Watson looking at them, and he exclaims, "Sir, it's stage 3.
All right.
Last time, remember when we repelled them? They're pretty resistant to fire."
Are they resistant to all damage? Do I shoot them?
"Well, sir, we beat them to death, so I think we're gonna have to beat them to death again. However, if we can crack through their thick bark skin, fire should still work the same. And I think only one of them has reached stage 3. The others seem to be stage 2. You see them like
Alright, I'll take care-
shamble towards you now. But you notice
I'll take care
immediately
of-
that they're really slow.
How big is the cavern? Like, are they literally blocking our exit, or like, could we try to get past them?
They are blocking.
Okay.
Like, even the ones that are around like halfling size are kind of like walking like side by side ish, like a thicket wall. And the humanoid sized ones, as said earlier, take up pretty much the space of the tunnel. But thanks to the size of this, there's also a pretty easy way for you to shoot without hitting your partner Watson.
I give my other oil flask to Watson. Like, use this if you need to make more fire.
No worries, sir. You keep that one. He brings out another oil vial with him. I've got one too, but like you said, sir, it's not gonna last long.
Good to see you prepared. All right, I shoot the stage 3 one.
So the stage 3 one is in like the middle. There seems to be like 3 other stage 2 plombies in front. You shoot the. Where do you shoot? I assume you're aiming for like the head.
I can aim for the head, or like whatever part is like sticking out. Can't I penetrate them? Can't I like do a collat?
You can try to go for a collat.
Yeah, but my priority is killing the stage 3 one right now. So I'll try to hit the stage 3 one first, and then if I have time, maybe I'll try it for the collab. So just any part that's sticking out. Preferably the head, yeah, sure.
Right. You estimate to yourself based on your fire rate that you'll probably have, the distance between you is still quite considerable. They're not at you yet. You'll probably have around 3 shots before real shit starts to hit the fan.
All right, let's go for the first, right into the head of the stage 3 then. Can I?
Yeah, roll for it.
Wait, 70 feet scope. Does it count here?
70-foot scope. Let me check the distance. Yeah, it counts. They are currently 90 feet away.
Okay, good. So it will count for one of the shots, I assume. And then the other 2 won't.
What do you mean?
Well, because they'll get closer after the first shot.
Yes, depending on how fast they move.
Oh wait, it's 35 feet. I'm sorry. It's not fucking 70. I got that wrong.
35 feet. Well, they're 90 feet away anyways.
Yeah, okay. I'll shoot the first one then. And I'll use steady aim because I'm not moving.
Okay. You use steady aim, you get out down the ground, everything. You aim for the one in the middle of the crowd, the stage 3 one, yeah?
Yeah.
And
Ooh. Okay, good thing I have advantage because that was a shit roll.
okay.
Oh, well, okay, those are not very good rolls. I get an 18 to hit. 6 plus 12.
6 plus 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see bullet flying, and it does hit, but you see some like wood splinter off, but not by a lot. It is pretty damn thick. You feel like you are shooting an actual tree, like a really thick oak tree.
So like it's not doing the bullet's just literally not doing much.
You don't see it doing much right now.
What's that? I'm sorry. Like I'm trying to read. Like, does that mean I should shoot again to try to hit it harder, or
It's
is
up
it
to
like,
your.
yo, you're not gonna get?
It's up to your decision. I can tell you this much.
Okay. So I shoot at the tree, and yeah, because I get what you mean, right? Like you shoot a bullet at a tree, and it doesn't like it's not flesh. Like
You
if
don't
shoot
see
it at
blood.
flesh, it would
Yeah,
be like,
right. It's just wood splinters. You can't tell. It's like shooting like a wall.
But that's the stage 3 one. I'll try to get a collab on some stage 2 ones, like if they're lined up. Because the stage 2 ones, they're not as like barky, right? They're not as much
No, you
tree-like.
see more. You know how like trees have like the bark on the outside and the green sap on the inside, like the green veiny part.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stage 2 ones seem to have more of the green flesh exposed.
Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll shoot again.
All right. So are you aiming for a collat on like the?
Yeah, like line them up.
Okay. You line it up. You see like the front one has like an exposed bit on like the collarbone here, like fleshy, and then like another one on like the chest area, and like judging from the swaying, you try to line it up. Roll for attack.
Do I still get steady aim advantage?
Yeah. You haven't moved, right? You haven't given up your position. That's how
That's a
steady aim
much
works,
better
right?
roll. Okay. Yeah. Oh well, no, steady. Well, I mean like it's not a normal like combat situation.
Yeah, I'll say you still have it. They're now 70 feet away from you now, though.
Okay, I shot again with steady aim. That I rolled a 16 plus 12. That's 28.
28, you crit.
Do I roll damage now?
Yes, you roll damage.
Alright, this seems a lot better because at least now I'm getting damage. Hey, DM, really important question here. Sneak attack?
What are the rules for sneak attack exactly? There's no ally near the enemy right now, right?
But if I hit with advantage, then I get it.
Fuck it, you get sneak attack.
No. Wait, let me read sneak attack to you, right? Because there's some complications to this. Okay,
There seems
once
to be
per
more complications.
turn. Once per turn, the complications start now. Once per turn, you can do an extra 4d6 damage to one creature. You hit with an
Okay,
attack
you know
if you
what?
have advantage on the
Disregard
attack
the
roll.
rulebook. You just get sneak attack.
Okay.
You get sneak attack on the collat.
Just to make a point, I've been saying this for like the past 5-6 sessions we've had. There's a lot of situations where Merlo should have had sneak attack that you just didn't give it to him.
That I didn't?
No, I feel like I've been taking sneak attack very liberally. Like I've been taking it a lot.
Yeah.
There were a few situations where he refused to give you sneak attack, but then I was like, okay.
Oh.
I did?
Now I felt like as far as I feel like as far as I remember, I felt it was fair, like the ruling on sneak attack.
If
Yeah.
you're not complaining, I have no.
Well, hey, Recker, I am trying to abuse it because there's a thing where you can abuse it by getting opportunity attacks, and that will count for sneak attack.
Yeah,
So you can get off more than one. Because it's per turn and not per round, and in one round, like everyone gets the turn. It's kind of weird how D&D works. Yeah.
Technically,
Oh fuck!
every time
I deleted my gun.
Technically, every time I use my thing to give you an attack, you also have sneak attack there too. So you could technically cheese your way to 2 sneak attacks.
Yeah, that too. Okay, I'll do damage.
Yes.
It's 1d. Okay, wait, let me do this. It's 1d12 plus 4 normally, plus 4d6, and then it's crit, so it's doubled. But I also get another d12 because of my piercer feat, so I get 3d12, 8d6 because of sneak attack,
Welcome to part
One
18 of Merlo rolls for damage.
one reroll. Okay.
Am I gonna need to help calculate this for you, or are you good?
Fuck. I wrote using like the fucking companion app, but it doesn't show me the dice, so I have to use a different app.
I have a calculator by the ready if you need it.
Okay, so 3d12 is an 11, so that's a 722. I'll reroll one of it. Fuck, I reroll into a 1. God damn it. Oh, that's such shit rolls, dude. Okay, 721. That's
10.
10 plus 4, because just off from the gun.
Plus 4.
Okay, and now I'll roll my d6s.
Okay.
That's 25 from the d6s.
Okay.
8d6.
Okay.
So that's 14 plus 25. God damn, that's so bad.
This is double damage.
Yeah, this is already doubled.
Oh man, you low rolled this one.
Yeah, I wrote 3d12 and I rolled a 7, 2, and a 1, okay? Bro.
You shoot in the fleshy, exposed bits, and you get a collateral as you plan for. You see it ripping through, and this time you actually do see some sort of sap-like substance splatter out from where you shot it. You seem to have gotten the 3 stage 2 plumbies in front with 1 bullet.
What do you mean gotten? Like killed or just damaged?
You like collateral through them. You damage them successfully, like sap just spewing out from where you landed the hit on the collarbone area in the chest.
Yeah, it was 39 total, by the way. If that wasn't clear.
39 total. I have it in my calculator. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and then I just shoot again. You know, like, just don't gotta go hard for a gimmick.
Okay. Aiming for collateral again.
Yeah, but on, fuck, should I go for these ones again or new ones? Because I'm thinking if Watson gets the fire thing off, like a fire flask, then it will hit all of them, and the ones that are damaged could also die from that. So I'll aim to like damage as many as possible.
Okay. And if that's your plan, go for it. Also, they are now 50 feet away. Final shot.
Okay. Yeah, then if it's 50, then I still get my scope.
Yep. You also see that they don't really seem to react to the pain from getting shot.
It's fine. They're zombies. They would drop before they react, so that's fine. That's 27. 15 plus 12.
15 plus 12. Wait, this is to hit, right?
Yeah, to hit.
That's a crit.
Okay, let's go. we go again.
So what are you aiming for this time? Like in terms of collateral, are you aiming for like stage 3 and behind him?
No, I'm trying to stay away from stage 3 right now because the bullets isn't doing much to them.
Alright, so you're still shooting at like the stage 2 people then in the front, the 3.
Oh, just watch me not hit the stage 3 at first because like the DC was too high and me just ignoring it the whole time. Just oopsie. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Merlo's stupid. Yeah, I shoot. I stopped going for the stage 3 one. I thought I was gonna keep that for melee. So yeah, I shoot.
Okay, so roll for damage and everything.
Alright, we go again. 3d12. That's better. I got a 9 and 8 and an 8, so that's 25.
That's definitely better.
Plus 4.
Right?
And then I'll save the reroll for the d6s.
Okay, that's
Okay,
9, 8,
that's
8,
27.
27.
That's 27 because I took out one that I rolled a 1 on, and I'm re-rolling that one to a 6. So that's 20.
That's 33.
No, 33. Yeah, 33 plus whatever was before.
62.
Yep, that's much better.
62 damage. You see the bullet collateral through the the plombies, the 3 plombies in front, and they seem to crumple, actually. Like the plant parts in them, they seem to like kind of like wilt down and kind of stop, and they do halt their movement momentarily before crumpling down to the ground in a mass of just flesh, like plant-like flesh.
Those were the one I haven't hit before yet, right? These are new ones.
No, these are the old ones you have hit because you weren't shooting through the stage 3. These are like the ones in front, so you chose to collateral.
Oh, I get what you mean.
Yeah, because like the stage 3 one's like in the middle and he's kind of blocking your shots.
All right, Watson, it's time. I drop my gun and I take out. Well, I don't drop my gun. I sling it onto my back and then I take out the short swords.
Yep, they have now closed into 30 feet, so it's like 10 yards away. Close combat scenario. And then at this distance, suddenly you see, it's very quick, but you do see some sort of like protrusions happening along the side of the stage 3, along its like within all its mass of just eyeball flowers looking at you. And suddenly a tendril shoots out towards you, trying to spear you with this vine. Or rather, it tries to spear Watson with this vine. Watson manages to dodge it and knocks away the vine with his axe.
Hey, he's not only buff, he's also dexterous. Damn.
So, looks like they have a much better reach than I thought. I've never seen them do that before.
All right, Watson, I have the big guy, you take the rest. And I run in.
Okay. So Watson runs in like alongside you. And as I understand your intentions to kind of take down the stage 3, he quickly runs forward and then pivoting on his like feet, he slams his entire axe sideways on fire into the plant-like creature. You see the axe land, but it doesn't quite break through the thick bark skin on the stage 3. However, it does knock the stage 3 sideways so that it actually, like stumbles against the wall and opens like an area for like Watson to go through to the other stage 2s, leaving you with a unstable footing stage 3 plumpy. And as you close the gap, Merlo, you see it ready to shoot another tendril at you. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, sir.
Or unless you want to take it head on, you can make me a constitution saving throw. I ain't gonna stop you.
I have a... Wait, what? I have a +1 constitution? I'm buff as fuck? Okay. Didn't know that.
He's +1, relax, buddy.
Fuck. That's a 10. That's a 3 + 7. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Uh-oh.
Not rolling so good today.
You see the plant tendril, but then you kind of slip on some of like the like the stone floor, like like a piece of rock like snaps off something, and you kind of slip with your unsteady footing. The vine grazes you and hits you, and it will deal. You'll probably take half damage from this, right?
Yeah, because of evasion, I take half damage.
You take 5 damage.
Hey, that's all right.
It just grazes your shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
And you keep moving forward, and then you close the gap. You're in melee distance.
Before I get into melee distance, this is a very cool moment because this is the first time I'm using the feat you gave me.
Okay.
I use my quick swap feat because I changed from my gun to my short swords. I get to take advantage on an acrobatic check to get into attacking range.
Mm.
So I tried to go for the Merlo special. What the hulking mass that's like before me, the stage 3. They are. What do they look like right now? Is it like a humanoid figure?
It's like a humanoid figure. Think of an ant.
An ant, right?
Yeah.
So 2 legs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slide under the 2 legs and then pop
Okay.
out the other side.
Okay. Can you make me an acrobatics for that?
Yeah, and I get advantage because it's quick swap.
Yes.
Okay, that's 10 plus 10, dirty 20. And that's an 18 plus 10, baby, 28.
You succeed marvelously. You slide through.
Alright. I not only. Oh, wait. God, I should have. I'm sorry. I should have described what I was totally gonna do before I rolled. But I wanted to. I said the Merlo special, so I wanted to just slide under and then get on his back. Fucking.
Stab it
You
on
know
the
what
back
I mean.
again. Shadow of the Colossus. It.
Yeah. Shadow. Yeah, Shadow of the Closet style.
All right. So you slide through successfully. Stop your slide the moment you get past him, and just quickly hop up and then stab your swords into the this bark creature's back.
Wait. Can I go for one first? Just to get on his back, and I'll save the other stab for.
Sure, you use one stab to get on, but you don't feel like the dagger punctured through anything important, but it is helping you lodge onto it now.
Oh, I don't roll attack for that.
No.
Okay.
It's like kind of like you stick a knife through like wood, I guess, and with your successful acrobatics, your weight kind of like help puncture through it. Or just skip it.
Okay. Did that count as an attack or no?
Nah, we'll just call it like a kind of like a grapple, ish.
Okay, sure. Because I want to now do. Okay, tell me, would this be perception, investigation if I want to find like a weak spot, like a video game glowing weak spot where I should.
You want the Resident Evil?
Yes.
I'll say roll for perception, although this is going to be very hard because you don't have the soldier sight like Silent.
Huh?
And it was hard. I got a 9.
You don't see
9 plus
shit. It's
0.
just bark armor everywhere. You might as well be trying to find a chink of armor in a tree.
Oh, huh? Huh?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh,
Hold on, I heard something.
I heard my soldier sight brought up.
All right, you still
This
have
sucks.
your
This sucks so
free dagger.
Free dagger. That means that there's a post dagger.
So I'm just on this like bark creature's back, hanging on.
Ooh shit! This
Yes,
Um,
with a free dagger.
is actually a pretty good phone.
a short sword, if you may. One
Oh,
d6
a
instead
free
of
short sword, yeah.
d4.
Even has Discord. Does my dad use Discord? Oh god.
That slightly bigger dice is very important.
Oh god.
God damn
Oh
it!
shit!
what
My
the
dad
fuck?
does use it. He'll need to join the one server. Huh,
I can still make an attack, right?
You can.
Um,
I'll let you do it because this isn't really like a
Um,
traditional combat encounter.
Yeah. How far away is did Watson get?
He's kind of like standing guard on your back. You quickly peer over and it looks like he's using the flaming hatchet and he's pretty much he's cleaved one of the stage 2's head in half and then uppercutting the main body twice. He's exploded the bark off of it and then just splattered it against the wall. So he's
Okay.
taken another stage 2 down.
Would you, in your opinion,
This
say
dude's
that he
name
is
is
within
literally
5
Game.
feet of the end creature?
He is. All right,
All
roll
right.
for sneak attack, you son of a bitch.
Well, actually, I roll for attack first.
Yeah, whatever. Do your roguish things. I can't keep track of.
All right, that's a 12 plus 7, 19. Does that hit with the short sword?
It does.
All right, I get 1d6 plus 4 plus 4d6 sneak attack.
Yep. Roll for whatever
Okay.
that is.
I got a 4 plus 4, so that's an 8, and now I'm gonna roll 4d6s with 1 reroll. I'm gonna reroll a 2, so that's 12 so far,
12
and plus 6.
plus 6.
Yeah, so that was an 8 plus 12 plus 6.
8 plus 12 plus 6. Okay, that would be a 26 damage hit.
All right.
Uh, how do you stab through it?
I just, if I can't find a better spot, I'll just go right into the middle, just like
In the
with
middle of
all
its
my
back.
power. Just well, okay. Here's the thing, right? If you know tree bark, it's not homogeneous. Like you can see some spots where it like goes,
Yes.
where there's like a crack where it goes deeper
You
down.
go for like
Like
the
I'll try to,
divots.
yeah, because I'm attacking with dexterity, not strength. So it's not like, oh, I try to hit it as hard as possible. It's like, oh,
You
I
find
try
to
to
find
hit
a
it
crack.
right. Yeah, I try to hit it right in this crack. Yes, that's very funny.
Then let's just say on the shoulder you see like a spot where it's good, and then you like stab down onto it using your weight.
Yeah.
And you successfully puncture through. You now see like sap flowing out as you stab into it with like 26 damage.
Okay, there's sap coming out of that hole.
Yeah. You've broken through the bark, it seems. But as you do this, you see the vines that are on its body kind of like start to become active again, and you feel a slight bit of danger.
All right. But me, because of my mobile feat, all my feats are coming into use at this combat. It says that I don't think this will play a role, but if I do a melee attack against a creature, it doesn't matter if I hit. It cannot do. I cannot provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn.
Mm-hmm. That is in
So
effect.
whatever I do, it's not gonna fuck me up right now. But it's not gonna be in effect anyways because I'm staying on his back, so I'm not gonna get like out of his range.
Yes. You see that on
Fuck
its
it.
back though, the vines are starting to sprout out of like these certain flower spots and like gnarled root areas, and they seem to be aimed
Fuck it.
towards you.
I'm just gonna tank that, and I'm just gonna do my second attack with my bonus action.
Wait, tell me first, what's your AC?
Fuck, my AC is 16. Yes, sir.
Where's my dice?
Ooh, that's a lot of dice.
You said 16, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Nope, that's 13. Ooh.
Ayo.
Yep. Nope. Nope.
Oh fuck. It doesn't matter, but
so you see several vines like shoot out, and then you manage to like kind of curve your body around to like dodge it, but there are two that do get you.
Okay.
And they collectively will deal.
Don't say collectively because I can use my uncanny dodge to half one of those attack damage.
Okay,
using my
I'll
reaction.
just tell it separate then. The first one will hit for 12 damage. You have that, so it's 6.
I'll have the one that's more.
Oh, okay. So first is 12. Second one is 13. 12 and 13.
Wait, it doesn't matter then. I'll take 6 off both because it rounds up. So it's 19 total.
Yes. It would be 19 total. All right, so you take 19
19.
damage.
All right. I'm fucking bloodied.
Watson hears like you get hit, and he turns around. Sir, you're right.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm fine, Watson. I'm fine, Watson. Keep doing you. You keep doing you. You keep being the best you can be.
Right, sir. Just tell me if you need any help.
I'm good, Watson.
Okay, and as he says this, Watson, you see, well, you don't really see, but then you hear Watson like brutally destroying another stage 2 Plomby behind you, still making space.
All right.
Yep, and it's your move again.
I'm gonna try to do some strange moves. The hole where I just stabbed my short sword into, would you say, in your expert opinion, that it is big enough to stick a gun barrel into?
For coolness reasons, I'll say yes.
All right, with both hands, I'll just take that short sword, put it back into the not holster, but into the belt.
Yeah.
It's a big. I just want to get this action clear. Like, you know how you would plant like a flag onto like a fucking mound or something?
Yeah.
With both hands, I grip my rifle like a fucking flag, and I stick it into the hole.
Yeah.
And then I pull the trigger by like moving my hand up the gun.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm gonna say that's an automatic critical. Roll for damage.
Sneak attack.
Fuck it, why not? If you were to stick a gun into my bed sheets and shoot me, I'd say it's a sneak attack too.
Oh, it's in this bed sheet. It's in its comforter. Okay, so I rolled 3d12. That's a 10, 9, and a 3. I'm gonna reroll the 3, so that's a 19 for now.
19.
Fuck, I rerolled a 3 into a 1. God.
19 plus 1.
Plus 4 from the gun.
Plus 4 from the gun.
And then I'll roll 8 d6s.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. Holy shit, I rolled like 3 5s there. That's a 34 from the 8 d6s.
34.
You're gonna have to tell me the total. I lost the plot
58.
totally. I'm sorry. Oh, nice.
50. You shoot the gun. Wait, hold on. You shoot the gun, and inside you hit it with the bullet for 75 damage.
Fuck yeah.
It rips through its entirety. And you actually
Maybe
see it
doing
falling
something
down to one knee, because that's kind of where like it exited out of its left knee. That's where the bullet came out. Yep, and is there anything else you do, or nah? That's it. Oh, that's it for your action, I suppose.
Yeah, that's my action. I have a bonus action, but I can't attack again because I used the gun. So yeah, I guess that's it. I can hide.
No. If you recall how I described the monster, it has like eyeballs and vines everywhere, right? All of them are looking at you right now.
Okay.
Its flowery petal-like eyes are all looking at you.
Okay,
and
then I
you
don't do
see it
anything.
readying another vine attack to like stab you.
You know how like in Looney Tunes and shit, like characters will zip off a screen so fast that whatever they were holding looks like it takes a second or two to realize that nothing's holding it, so then it falls down.
Yeah.
It's just Merlo like planting the rifle down, firing, and then just zipping off screen so fast that 2 seconds later he's dead. Then the rifle falls.
Oh wait, okay. Maybe I can use my bonus action to use an item. Tell me if this would work, okay?
Yep.
If I just quickly
you might want
take
to
the
listen to
rifle.
this first.
Okay.
You suddenly hear footsteps behind you, and then you see a fiery axe land right on like the head of this plant creature with its knee down. And
Fucking kill stealer.
it
No, sorry.
it penetrates through, and you see some like fizzling, like burning something inside. And the axe hits for, and he deals 15 damage to it.
Also, Recker, if you weren't here before, I made a great fish pun to cover our retreat, so I hope you. Yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
But more importantly, as he swings the axe downwards and hits the head, it topples the stage 3 Plumbee to just go face down onto the ground. So now that you're actually standing on top of it.
Okay.
Yep, and Watson pulls his like axe out and just like, "Get him, sir!"
Oh, it's not dead. Okay.
In fact, at the back of its head, there's like an axe crack big enough for you to possibly pour something through, or should stick your gun in there.
Oh,
again.
wow. You've read my mind, because I don't think I can do another attack, with my bonus action, but I could try to pour my last flask of oil into the hole.
Yep. You can. With like
Alright,
the
I
feat
do
of
that.
giving you, yeah.
I take my flask of oil and I just pour it down the hole.
Yep.
Away it goes.
And then do you light it simultaneously?
Oh, I thought it was gonna light because of the fire already.
Oh, this is like,
On-
okay, you're right. Yeah, it will light by itself. You pour it in and then it just sets on fire, the head part. This time you feel the stage 3 actually squirming in silent pain with some kind of sound coming over, like somewhere a mixture between a mouse squeaking and some sort of demented crow. And
That's
then,
my turn.
Yep. So I think you've got it. I've almost broken through. I think we can. I think if we just run, we can get through this.
Then what are you waiting for? I book it. I fucking speed 35, 2 dashes per turn.
Just hold on a minute, sir. I'll clear the way. You see Watson get down, kind of like have his left arm up in like a rugby tackler style, and just run while just punching the shit out of any stage 2s he sees and just knocking them all to the walls, leaving you clear holes for both of you to just run through.
Okay.
You run, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna dilly dally around. No, I fucking book it.
You run behind the trail made by Watson and then quickly book it out, and it seems like you're in the clear for now. All right, and we will swap back to Team Forest.
Team Cavern 2 by now.
Oh, Team Cavern, my mistake. At this point, you've made it down to the bottom of these confusing crisscross stairs. Silent, you want to roll for how many times you slipped?
Oh,
Roll me a d6.
Can we negate
sure.
this if I use my my guidance cantrip on him?
Okay.
I got a 3.
Wait, a guidance cantrip, guidance cantrip. Okay, sure. You can negate this guidance cantrip. What does that give him? A 1d4, right?
Yeah, 1d4.
Okay, Silent, you may roll a 1d4 to compete with your 3 from the d6.
I got a 4.
Wow, you have almost slipped 3 times badly, but thanks to Redro's guidance, you seem to somehow get lucky and then land your foot on the correct next step. Somehow.
I say this because he's holding onto my cloak. If he goes down, he's technically pulling me down.
He's a
I'll bring
man in
you
full
down
plate
in full-
armor as well.
I'll bring you down with the full might of of
You make
humanity.
it down to the very bottom safely. You're now standing in front of this like big door arch with like the half open one of the busted doors.
Mhm.
And as seen from above, it's very big enough for you to like move like equipment in and out easily. Equipment of what sort? You're not sure.
Something tells me that this is a door.
Yeah, he says, yes, yes. It's a very big door.
I guess he can hear that it's a door.
I tell him a door. I tell him it's a door.
Right.
Alright.
Do you go through?
Yeah, we go through. We go past. We skulk
You
into the.
walking on the fallen door, you enter through this like open, path. And you pass into a room filled with, as you can tell in the dim light, many tables, chairs, and chemistry equipment.
Chemistry.
There are also shelves lined with what you think are books in the dim light. Can you
Can I
please
see-
roll me perception? The people with dark vision.
Dank
You have to
vision.
put emphasis on that, innit?
Dark, like when they were discussing dark vision earlier, like both Redro and Valtr were pointedly not looking at Silent. They're just like, yeah, we can, we see in the dark.
Yeah,
Yes, I can. Yes, I agree. I can see that too.
Silent.
You know?
Silent.
I see.
If there was text during an investigation inside the textbook, you wouldn't ask the blind person to give a go at reading it, would you?
Hey, he might know. Who knows?
It might be a Braille textbook.
No.
How would you know, huh?
I'm sorry, guys,
it's
but the
specifically
correct
not.
but the correct response to that as a blind person would be, I see your point.
I concede. Let him roll.
Redro, what's yours?
Not funny.
Oh, nat 20. Okay, so not Glugger, Valtr. Valtr, you can tell that this place is sort of academic in a sense. It's not just some random ruins. Redro, with your tremor sense and everything, you get a good grasp of what this is.
Firmly grasped.
This is some sort of laboratory. A very old and archaic kind. Most of the equipment here, you don't think, it's still mainly, there's not a lot of mechanical stuff that you see in like your service. Like especially in Valtr's eyes, this is some old archaic stuff. A lot of equipment here is old from a different era.
Are we talking about like old as in like we have technology now, but
I'm
this looks
talking
like it was
about
from the
old
late
as
90s?
if imagine yourself in this time period going to a catacombs from France in the 12th century.
Oh, so it looks like Nicholas Flamel was here or some shit.
Yeah, it looked like Nicholas Flamel used this place. It is old from a bygone era.
I see. This stuff's ancient. I'd also like to, I don't know if you're gonna allow this, but just a save point, not for any investigation, but from Alkaline to loot this shit.
Well, you can write it down. Just like talk to him off session or something.
Okay. I could literally just barge into his door and yell at him to get on.
Oh, bitch, stop watching Doki Doki. Come and watch some real men play. Alright,
Dungeons
okay.
and Dragons.
You see that it is laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
What they are working on, you're gonna have to investigate that out.
So can I?
Oh yeah, sure. You haven't said anything.
I thought you were leading into something, but you stopped there, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you can roll me investigation. Oh god, we're stupid.
Yeah. Alright, hold on. How? Oh, it's tied to intelligence, not wisdom. Oh, sorry, I had to chirp. 16.
Hey,
Had-
I'm
had
gonna
to
have to
chirp?
mute. I have to fucking charge my laptop, and I can't do it in my ghetto setup, so I'll just be
All right.
somewhere else
Okay.
for a bit.
Sure.
Alright.
You got a 16.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Okay. Well, pretty good roll.
Goldfish.
You
So-
go around with this so-called train. It's like a JRPG party. You go in like a train. Like your
Yeah.
party companions following behind you, and you start checking out like all the tables and shelves like in your vicinity while treading around carefully. And the books, for the most part, seem to be, well, gone. They are just pretty much just dust held in the shape of the book by now. So, you touch one and it kind of crumples. Not much value gotten out there. You're no chemist either, so all the alchemy stuff that you see lying around, you're not quite sure what purport it had in the past. But it does seem rather well organized, although some of it has been like destroyed or like knocked over or something. Probably from age, but a good portion of it remains untouched.
Are there any chalkboards?
You
Or
do
similar?
find a kind of like chalkboard thing. But once again, the chemistry on it, or whatever alchemy they were doing, the science eludes you.
Right.
You're no expertise.
But here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm going to do. Very quickly with my tremor sense. There's no enemies or any danger nearby, right?
You don't sense it.
All right. Valtr, illuminate the room.
Right. So, oh no, actually, instead of the rag, why don't I just use light on silent?
What?
Brilliant idea. I can't see how this would go wrong.
What a brilliant idea.
It occurs to me that
Where is
earlier
silent?
on, yeah, man, it's silent. I seem to be only holding on to his armband. It occurs to me that earlier on, with your use of Featherfall and casting light on yourself, could quite literally look messianic.
Jesus
any-
descending.
Yeah, Jesus descending out of any. My children.
I've come to spread the word of God.
I've come to spread your cheeks.
As we illuminate the room.
That's maybe pain. Yeah. We will turn silent into a walking glow stick, so we will never lose sight of it.
Well, how considerate of you.
And then when we try to stuff around, he's just like, fuck!
Oh shit, we got company.
Not that
Hide.
way.
Oh wait. What did we just do a
Okay.
Scooby-Doo episode?
Yeah.
So
It's zigzagging catacombs. So we have the Scooby-Doo hallway sequence of like we run into a room, they run after it.
you
We run
constantly
into a room,
swap
they run
places.
after it. Yeah, we swap places. At some point, we're chasing whatever's chasing us.
But unlike Scooby-Doo, it ends like the moment you start chasing it, silent just body tackles it through the door.
Yeah.
Oh, how the
Yes.
turntables! And then you start yanking it.
All right. Boom, boom. Anyways, as
Okay.
a room illuminates, I may not understand it, but I can copy.
Also, wait, I have to know this. Did you touch his helmet or his chest plate?
His helmet.
Okay. His helmet is now glowing bright as the sun. And it illuminates the room quite comfortably. Or like at least the area you're in, because this is a pretty it's like a big hall, big alchemy lab. And you can see like the chalkboard ish.
I don't understand it, but you don't need to understand it to make as best as you can a copy into your journal.
Well, you might
Into your
not,
document.
but Valtr can also see it much more clearer now.
Valtr, come look at this.
Oh. I approach, then check out
Since they're
the
both looking
chalk.
at the chalkboard, mind if I do a quick backflip?
I'm going to need you to make me an Arcana check.
To do a backflip?
What? What's this about a backflip? I didn't say anything about a backflip.
I wanna do a quick backflip while they're paying attention to the blackboard.
Roll me an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Cinematically, it's just Valtr and Redro like looking at the chalkboard, scribbling stuff down, and then silent in the distance, off to the right, just
Backflip.
Papa.
Haha.
We just see our light source just moving.
It just moves a bit.
You know, like the
Just
spinning
up-
lamp
just up
effect.
and down.
You
Ah,
know
yeah,
that it's like that. It's like the spinning lamp effect.
Silent, keep still.
There we go, Arcana.
Or
Make sure my leg works.
You're like,
25.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Damn, that's a nat 20.
yeah, that's a crit. That's a nat 20 and a crit. Jesus. So you can tell that it is definitely alchemy. It's not your specialty, but as a man of, artificer, you have dabbled in various academic realms to understand how to tinker properly.
Hold on. Just give it a fair chance. I'm gonna go knock on Merrick's door and tell him about this. He might wanna pitch in.
Okay, do you want me to wait?
Just finish the stuff with Valtr.
Okay, sure. You're more of a, physics and mechanical background, given your expertise. But you can tell that they were making something very strange here. They definitely weren't trying to make gold. That's one thing you can ascertain for sure. But they were trying to do something biology related, as so far you can tell. And the thought crosses your mind back from the previous bushes you saw in the forest. Shrubbery that should have been in the sun to thrive, yet somehow grew healthily in dimly lit conditions. You think back on that. This seems to be related of a sort, but you can't be 100% confident that they are. It's just a hunch of yours. And otherwise, it seems to be alchemy stuff. You can say that they weren't trying to build anything mechanical here. That's for sure.
Right, duly noted. Though I guess we'll have to wait for Recker to come back.
The other artificer.
He says he's coming in.
Okay, we'll wait.
Give it a couple seconds. Well, while we're doing that, can I investigate anything else in the room?
Well, currently you already are investigating based on your previous check. You found nothing significant so far except this.
There he is.
Damn, he sucker punched the mic.
Oh,
Without
Well,
any context clues or anything, Melkaline examined his artifact.
Like he just magically
He's alchemist.
appeared out of nowhere.
he
Look, I
just
was
spawned out
caught
of
away
nowhere.
in the. I was watching the mystical play of Doki Doki Literature Club with my friends. All right, it was pretty interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Melkaline.
Look, he appears exactly when we need him. You might call him a Merrick Guffin.
Right. So, as explained by your party member, without any context at all, there is currently a chalkboard illuminated by a glowing helmet with writing on it.
What the fudge? Is this a bioluminescence or is it just?
No.
It's just Silence glowing helmet. Don't think too much about it.
The light is silence glowing.
Okay.
It's illuminating a blackboard
Okay,
with alchemy.
Silent, what the fuck?
Oh boy.
Don't mind me. I'm watching some Spanish Gremlin.
Turn it down for now. This is ruining the effect.
You investigate the alchemy.
Melkalan's just like, guys, I think the stress is getting to me. I'm hearing voices.
Guys, I
Continue.
think I know. I think I know what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with the Spanish.
No way.
They're back. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to roll me Arcana with. I am going to need you to roll me Arcana and just an intelligence check. You have advantage on both rolls.
In tandem, right?
Yeah, in
So
tandem.
they're separate.
Both of them have advantage. This is your field.
It doesn't matter. I got a nat 20 on the Arcana plus 5, so that's 25.
Okay, intelligence.
And oh shit! And piss poor. Piss poor. The 20 is on the Arcana. The intelligence is. I rolled 6, which is my highest number, plus 3. That's a 9.
9. We'll say your nat 20 makes up for it then.
Let's go.
You look at the alchemy writing on this like blackboard, and you understand it. They are specifically working in your expertise. Biological enhancement. They're making alchemy really old school style. Like compared to what you've learned, this is like your modern day counterpart, you know, in like our world, walking into like a 12th century French like monastery lab. It's that old. The equation
we
so
have
far
chemistry
is,
now. This
Yeah.
is Nicholas Flamel.
Yeah, that old.
Uh,
But there are, you know, but luckily you can figure out enough of the archaic symbols to understand what they were attempting to do. But you do notice something strange. Unlike the usual, you know, steps in biological enhancement that you do in your, you know, in your modern lore-wise education, where you determine what you want, you separate it out, you find accordance and compatibility with your target. These people do not seem to give a singular fuck about any of that. They seem to have just bunched together the most volatile mutagens they have found safely into the most stable concoction they could make. And that seems to be their finished product. Just a vial of God knows what mutagens. Like, you see that 90% of these are stuff that you've never even seen before. Probably lost to history or time, or just deliberately forgotten because no one should ever use these kinds of substances anymore. And you see some constants on the board that they're using that you can't quite figure out how they calculated it out. Which leads you to assume that wherever they got these constants from to make these equations and calculations, they must have gotten it from somewhere. Possibly that information may still be in this room.
Can I just make a basic investigation check if there's more stuff in the room that could lead to more evidence on what they were sort of trying to achieve?
Yes, you can roll me
All right.
investigation.
18.
18.
13 plus 5.
Okay, 18. You look through the things. Walking once again in JRPG party formation. Everyone trails after Melchior as he goes through all the various tables with their bottles and everything. All of that is pretty much dried up. You don't really even see any powder or anything left. Some of the stains are just like dust. Most of the stains are just dust and cobwebs. Actually, it's not cobwebs. My mistake. They're just dust and like string dust, you know. And you look through it, and you don't see any clues to their so-called finished product. But inscribed on a table, you do see like some scratches on the wood, as if someone like used something to scratch on the wood as like some quick shorthand calculation.
Or someone was
A certain
railing on them,
habit
but
that like alchemists have done, which you recall has gotten some of your college friends in trouble for tampering with the tables. But this does further reaffirm your confidence in that there is definitely some sort of book or manual or something that had certain instructions in it to help them create these constants to make the final concoction. So you start looking through the shelves and everything, until finally you get to a desk, a more important looking desk, like something that like a lead researcher might sit at. And you start opening the drawers, and inside one of the drawer, you find a book. Now, Redro, since you were here earlier, compared to all the other books you've seen, Redro, this one is not dust. In fact, it seems to have withstood the test of time unusually well. You're all looking at this book. Melkaline, do you pick it up?
Yes. Yeah, no. Yeah.
You pick up the book and then
Wait, was it hit? To be clear, was it just like hidden, and that's why it was kept in such a good condition?
It was just in a drawer.
Is it? Right,
But still,
I see.
in a place like this, in a drawer, do you think a book would survive that just being kept in a drawer if it was like from like 12th century France? It's still unusual, no matter how you look at it.
It's either designed to last for a long time, or it was recently placed back in again, or it's got some magic properties, which is the same as the first thing I said. But...
And we could deduce that anyway, but I'll do that later. I'll inspect this book first.
Yeah, actually, as you bring the book and you lay it on the desk, Valtr, can you roll me Arcana again?
This is the most I've seen. This is the most I've seen Arcana use in a D&D game.
Damn straight, it's my
I'm just being
campaign.
honest.
The only campaign where you use Arcana and nature checks. God willing, I'm gonna make y'all use it.
Here you go. Arcana
19.
check.
As it is placed on the table, you notice that it's a book with like a binder, right? Like a leather belt covering it to like shut the book.
Yeah.
On the belt, you see things transcribed on it. Runes. They're old, old-ish runes, but still highly reliable. Whoever wrote this was like no chump, and what it does, from what you understand, is that it provides a sort of air barrier. So to your understanding, this book is protected by an air barrier. So that even if it were to drop into water, it prevent the water from touching it, like a thin film of bubble.
Yeah, it's what do you call that? Hydrophobic.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'm gonna get a kick out of this. You might say it's a form of wind wall.
Shut up.
You make me want to krill myself.
That's okay.
Yeah. So that, in your mind, Valtr, probably explains its condition, because if it had that kind of layer protecting it, it's probably safe from a lot of deteriorative purposes, like its own personal climate control.
It does look like magic from your deduction, Redro and Valtr.
Yeah. It's built for preservation. This thing's meant to stay here for undisclosed amount of time.
But for who? And for what purpose?
Maybe they just like keeping their stuff from, deteriorating.
Well, what if you keep it in the
enchantment? This is important.
I
You wouldn't
keep reading
spend
through
this
it.
much for it.
You haven't opened it yet. You're gonna need to open the leather belt, like buckler, binding it.
Oh. Valtr, by your determination, deduction. My bad. When I open this, it won't immediately turn into dust. Correct.
Hey, meme, can I do a cartwheel while they're busy?
Sure, roll me another acrobatics.
Again, our light source just starts to flicker up and down.
It starts going everywhere, flickering. Let's see. Let's see.
Damn,
To
same
answer
roll.
your question, Milk.
You cartwheel around.
From what I've seen, here, it probably won't crumble to dust when you open it. But well, it just has a preservation type magic to it. But nothing that I could identify that has any self-destructing properties.
Also, just to re-clarify the setting, we're in the hut, right? Or in the house per se.
You could say that.
Alright, no.
I'm very confused.
Okay,
Listen
to
up.
be more specific, my boy, you are in an entire catacomb section underneath said house.
What the fuck?
You know,
Okay, we're
like the hut had a basement, and then the basement had a well, and then we went down the well, and then we went, and then it led to a whole cavern thing, and the cavern thing led to like a whole staircase catacomb, and then we went through that towards the lower levels, and that's where we ended up in this abandoned alchemy lab.
We're either in the bat cave or like just one of those labs that you shouldn't go into because it contains patient 0. I'm very scared of where we are right now.
Probably. Do you have dark vision, by the way?
Oh yeah, no, I'm a lizard, my man.
Okay.
All right, interesting.
I don't know about you
like
guys.
What? Do we still have the torches that we brought?
Alright, okay. Do you open the book?
I unbuckled the leather strap very carefully and tried to open towards like the first page. Just scrolling through it, really.
Yeah. You lift up like the leather cover gently after unbuckling it. It seems to be fine. You touch the paper and it's all good. Seems like the enchantment protects the whole book with its layer of air, and it doesn't repel your touch, so it's quite convenient.
Nice.
You kind of like leaf through it. You look through the contents first, because that's what any responsible academic would do, right?
Just skim through it, not really.
This fucker, this is why you got expelled.
He opens the book. I ain't reading all that.
like you know how to use your thumb to like just like go through all the pages, like flicking them.
I only look for pictures. I don't really look for words. Okay.
The title of the book and the book itself is written in common so far, and you read the title as simply "The Guide to Plant Life."
I read this out to everyone. You know,
inside.
Okay. I'm wondering, and I'm kind of deducing at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, my internet connection's very bad. Continue.
Yeah. Oops. As you like look through it, right? It's a really bad title, "The Guide to Plant Life." It tells you nothing, but as you sift through it, like through the pages, it does make sense to an extent. It seems to detail everything that people back then could learn about plants, but written in a strange way. it doesn't really seem to be concerned about like the whole like chloroplast, like stem, chlorophyll, root structure, everything. It seems more akin to an obsession of life within the plant. There is a whole chapter asking, do plants feel? On this, and then another essay is on the subject of plant thought, the life essence of the plant, the driving force behind a plant, the soul of the plant, and it goes on and on. And you get to a section where it is an entire chapter written in an unknown language to you. And you can't read it. But inside, you do see the math, the symbols, and the constants. They match what you saw on the chalkboard. These are the missing constants that you were looking for. But for the rest of it, you can't read out what it is. And it does match up because you do see some references, like after all, like the life essence, the force, the soul of the plant. You see mentions of like this so-called plant elixir, the essence of plant life. Its soul distilled into a potion.
You missed your chance to name it Does Fauna Dream of Chloroform Sleep? Chlorophyll.
It is a good title, but damn it, let me have my dramatic moments.
This is interesting.
So far, you see that detail, and then you get to some of the illustrations of like some what you would call example experiments from the author of the book. You see something that is a shrub that can take very minimal amounts of light and still grow. You recall the bush you found in the forest earlier.
Those noises you heard are just me doing backflips, cartwheeling.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're in armor.
Right. Can you hear me right now? Like,
yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah, I just heard a lot of noise, so I wasn't sure.
He's just being the shit out of something, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm fixing my desk. Sorry, continue.
Okay. You recall back to the bushes you found earlier in the forest leading you to the hut, where they were bushes that should be in, good light conditions, but yet somehow were growing healthily in dimly lit conditions. So definitely,
they were alive.
Those bushes do look like, it is a product of this experiment. Furthermore, as you flip on, you get to some other experiments. One which included sewing a mouth onto a plant, trying to get it to talk. As the experiment details, all it really managed was some grunts and incoherent sounds. The experiment detailed putting goblin eyes onto a flowering vine to see if you could give the plant sight. And it goes on, it's like some kind of Frankensteinian experiment. Human limbs, a brain, bones, everything. You just try to keep mashing organic parts from like various species, elves, dwarves, humans, gnomes, halflings, whatever have you, even mer people, onto like sewing, meshing with plant life, trying to create some sort of monstrous hybrid.
Ugh.
And eventually, once you get to the very end, you just see a page, but you can't read anything on it because it looks like someone took like a piece of carbon, like a coal, and just scribbled all over it, blackening it entirely. Seems to be the page detailing the final experiment.
Does anyone have the spell of prestidigitation in here by any chance?
Oh, there you so close.
Oh, let me check my bag.
But out of all the carbon scratches and everything that you see on one page, you do see like a small word on the corner, the top very left corner of the start. That word, the only thing that was written that you see is perfection.
The N-word.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
You see one word written there, perfection.
God.
Sorry,
Okay,
I just think
tell
to
me
imagine it's
who.
just an N-word.
What's this
That'd be-
racist in this old book?
This entire
That's fine.
research has been racist.
Perfection, Goku.
They either just have a really, really big obsession with plants and try to get them alive, or like a plant fetish, right? Or they were trying to make. Actually, no. I think that was their deduction. I was thinking of like a plant homunculus, but I don't think that's a logical deduction.
They're trying to find ways to
conclusion.
plant.
No, I mean that's exactly what they were talking about, the soul of the plant. So a plant homunculus would be it's close to it. It's trying to
Yeah.
find ways to have the plant soul express itself. Like I want to be druid.
Sure.
Hey, it won't express what I'm in with it.
Well, but they were also experimenting with the. I wouldn't say immortality, but like plants to keep on living in a sense. Look, if you have a potion that can make plants even under dim conditions be able to grow, I feel like that would be close to its purpose.
I'm gonna
Or
water
maybe
that
I'm-
plant up.
Hmm.
That's something these living things.
They're gonna regret living with me around.
I will mention
Can
now
I?
that
Yeah.
as you've been exploring, you also notice that at the at the opposite end of the way you came in, the entrance to the laboratory, there is yet another archway with a door leading somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say I'd like to just scout that out on my own.
Okay, Redro. If you do end up finding any giant plant homunculi on the other side of that archway, I would like to say we should have a code word. Actually, no. Just you scream and we'll immediately be there.
Right. But
Say a type of fruit and we'll turn tail and run.
uh
Also, okay, I'm sort of metagaming here. I'm looking through my spell list, and I do have prestidigitation on my list.
Is it within your chosen
Yeah.
cantrips?
Yes. I think that's my priority at the time.
Okay, so this is within one of your chosen cantrips, right? Because let me clarify again. You have access to every spell in the spell book, but for cantrips you can
But not
only
every
choose
cantrip.
the ones, like at the very beginning, and you're stuck with those.
No,
Right,
it's not.
and then-
It's not at the very beginning. It's classes. Spellcasters. As they level up, they have a certain number of cantrips.
Yeah.
So when they gain additional ones, they can learn. When they gain an additional one or two, they can learn more.
But basically, you're set to those
Yeah.
set numbers. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Right. So prestidigitation is one of them.
Yes, because it was the first one that I chosen, and then the rest I completely ignored. I think it was Firebolt, and I think it was Dancing Lights, but I think that was the first one. Yeah. I kept note of this. Give me a minute. Yeah, 5th level. Cantrips known too. It was Prestidigitation and Firebolt.
Okay. So you try to cast this on the paper that's been blackened, right?
Right.
You try to do this, but it doesn't seem to be working. It looks like whoever like made this like book, because like with prestidigitation, technically ink can be considered dirt on a page, right? And you could like scrub it clean off. Whoever made this book, immune to prestidigitation, probably was afraid someone would like prestidigitate off the letters or something.
Fair enough.
So it doesn't work.
Bad call, guys. I could have just removed the entire book then and there.
I would say that it's D&D 5e doesn't specifically say this. I don't think they considered this even being an element. But I would say that this is like based on like intent.
Right.
Because if you consider ink on the thing to be dirt, or like stuff, you can like probably clean the ink off the paper or something. I'm not sure. We'll rule this out later. But
Interesting.
for now,
Okay.
it doesn't work.
Okay, so what I'm assuming is we always have the ultimate mission of what the heck the virus is going on in the gnome village, but also, what is this? Okay, hear me out. If we are looking for like plant homunculi, wait, never mind. I lost my train of thought. I think we should just explore in general, but I will try to deduce whatever the meaning of this, or like, oh, I remember now. Can I make a history check to see, like, if this was in line with how long ago the war was, and see if there's any correlation? Or even better, can I deduce if this is anyway related to elves?
Okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead and like try to date it.
Yeah. This is just my assumption. I'm putting one and one together from my basic history classes from my old school.
No, this is very good. This is very good. This is very good.
Are you saying any of this out loud?
No. I'm
No.
just saying this to the
No.
DM.
He's playing the academic. He's looking at the book, going, just rubbing his chin thoughtfully, his chameleon chin.
It's a history check, right?
Yes, history. Roll me history.
16 plus 3, 19.
19.
I'm getting good rolls.
Indeed, you are. 19. So, with your knowledge of history, this book is so old that you don't think you've ever seen it ever before mentioned in anything. In fact, this book is probably one of the lost books, if you were to call it, books that were just lost to history, because there was like one singular copy of it lying around in some abandoned catacomb. It's a lost book. That's what you know. And it is so old that you don't know when it is, but it is definitely from the pre-dawn, era, before the war. A long, long time ago. Insanely long. And it's written in common. From that time period, it is highly unlikely that an elf would write in common. If they were an elf, they would probably write in elvish. And just keep it amongst themselves, because that's what the snobbish fuckers do. So, definitely, this book was written a long, long time ago. Probably, and most likely, either by a human, a halfling, a gnome, or a dwarf. That should be the most likely scenarios. For now, you're banking on human because they're the most, common thing. Like, common verse language. And the style of writing, per se, seems to be, from a very human perspective. Because dwarves live considerably long lives. They don't care that much about the life essence of the soul, whatever. They have more important grudges, mining and drinking to attend to. Nonsensical stuff this is. And if they really were dwarves, it's a lot rarer for dwarves, especially of that time period, to be interested in biology. It'd probably be along more of Valtr's speed, if anything. And halflings and gnomes aren't exactly known for the academic sort. If it was an explorer's book, probably more likely to be halflings or gnomes. But all deduction boils down to most likely humans having written this.
What kind of author doesn't put his name on a book that he's studying on? This is very... I'm very mad about this. I need to know who made this.
The author hasn't put his name on it. That's an interesting catch now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now you're actually not sure if there was one author or multiple authors, and they all just decided to not write their names on it. It might not even be a book. This might just be a collection of several essays that said person has written during their time here, as they were experimenting, heading this research. Because if it was like a personal entry where you just wrote essays in to pass the time, you wouldn't really sign your name on it now, would you? It's in your drawer, in your desk. You'd remember it if you found it. So that's a possibility as well. These are all possibilities that your intelligent mind has conjured up.
I'm making a lot of... I am still sticking with they were... I can't find... I'm assuming they're human, because that's the most, it's the most common, or it's the most logical one. And then they were trying to make a plant homunculus by the looks of it. But I still want to know more. I'm genuinely interested in what they were trying to go after. But I do need more information, and I think we can only do that by exploring.
And you haven't fully, detailed studied the book yet. You've just leafed through it for now. Do you pocket the book?
I do pocket the book. That's an important note. I will store that for now.
Right. Add to your
and
inventory.
I'll try to pull it up whenever we see
Add to
something.
your inventory. You have obtained a book titled "The Guide to Plant Life."
I will keep it next to my shroom. The Guide to Plant Life book.
Valtr, cancel the light spell. We're moving.
Alright.
Silent.
Silent was in the middle of cartwheeling when the light spell suddenly goes out from his helmet. you hear a sudden stumble and crash as the light spell dissipates. And then just at the very end, just a tiny sound of a glass flask breaking.
You imbecile! This is a scientific lab. You know how much data there could be here.
I used
This could be
to make
revolutionary.
tremors.
I'm me turning back into a human.
I used thaumaturgy to make tremors.
No! I immediately
I knocked
grab
over
everything
and
stay in place.
As you're trying to explain yourself, right? I can just imagine my character just doing like this.
Yeah, and you're and
as
Silent.
I'm on the ground,
Yeah, Silent, and you're doing it, but faced away from all of them.
Yeah, you're facing
You can
them.
see.
No, you're doing the mouth and everything to a completely different direction.
Yeah, you're
'cause
doing
you
it
don't
like
know
empty
where you
air.
are.
yeah, it's dark as hell. Yeah.
We all
looking in a
see
different
this, by the way.
direction.
Yeah.
He sees nothing, and then we just see him just. All right, I say we explore. There's a lot of data. Do not break anything. I would like to use this. This would be very useful in my
What would be
what I
useful?
want to do.
What would be useful?
Right.
The
And
data. This is transmutation.
What yeah, remember we hear in the darkness. Remember?
Sorry, continue.
What data?
I can
Everything in
I
that
can
book,
barely see myself in the dark.
all other books have turned into dust, and there's nothing in the flasks and vials.
Well, maybe there's more. We'll check around the arch, whatever it was, arch doorway.
Thaumaturgy. Everything shakes. All the vents
I,
vibrate.
I immediately tried to grab all the flasks once again. Stop it! Stop!
I'll burn this place to the ground.
We're making as much noise as possible. I cast Thunder Spell.
Valtr doesn't know what's going on. He just thinks we have to make as much noise as possible.
Yeah, we have to make this.
We're gonna make noise, lads.
I use thaumaturgy's other one of its other functions. You create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range. So just the rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers, or whatever.
Stop!
As you're doing all this, you hear some creaking from the door on the far end.
Shit.
I rush to tackle whatever that is.
You're
run
gonna
into a
rush
wall.
into a shelf.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I immediately pull back my torch. I don't want to look where this is going. I want to at least see the damage.
Can I tackle the shelf?
No.
Equal 8
I
is the shelf.
I use the dropping of the shelf to
Oh,
boost my quake sense. I want to get a lock on this thing's position, or on the creaking door.
Yeah, there's a creature lying near the bookshelf. It's silent.
Come here.
He
Yeah.
seems to be
Oh,
grappling
that's
with
another-
books.
Silence,
Great
you're fighting
insanity.
knowledge.
No, so
You're
far you don't
challenging the
sense
academy.
anything from the far arch end.
Right. It was just the door moving because we were being noisy.
Perhaps.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna check my spell slots again.
Can I elbow the living hell out of
And
the
we're
shelf?
going to stop at the cabin section here, and we're gonna end it off with
Yeah.
a little bit on Merlo's side.
I'm gonna elbow the hell out of this shelf.
Merlo,
You get this.
you can hear me, right?
WWE style.
No,
One second.
He said he needs to charge his laptop. Oh, okay,
I know
no,
what he's
you can
saying,
see
one
it,
second.
Okay.
Alright. This do be some detective type shit. I like this. I like crane
What do you
fillers.
mean by detective?
You're the only one not detectiving. Silent.
What do you mean?
Which makes this in line with the majority of detective stories. There's always the one person who doesn't detect.
My quality is gonna be much worse. I'm sorry. But
That's
It's
fine.
He just-
So Merlo and Merlo, you and Watson successfully managed to run past that, and you run all the way back and up the stairs, up the hidden entrance. But worryingly,
Alright, we're out.
so, as you
Yeah.
exit out that, you see vines have wrapped around the edges of the holes come out. Actually, there are vines coming out from the entire catacomb entrance you came into. And as you exit above ground, you see some fires being lit in town. And there are screams of the populace.
seems like we've agitated the business. Alright, Watson, I pat him down to see if he got like infected.
He lets you check. All right. You check him, and there are no signs of infection.
Alright, do me. I put my hands up.
Right. He starts searching from like your very wrist, your fingers, your everything, like to your face, your like in your hair, your neck, your everything, and he sees no sign of infection. You're clean, sir.
Alright.
A little bit of a wound on your shoulder, sir.
Fuck it. You'll be fine. Let's go to the what's it called? The place where he works. The place with the guards.
The guard station, sir. I agree.
Yeah, let's go to the guard station. At this moment. And find out what we can do to help the town.
So quickly hide. Watson suddenly tackles you and like tackles you behind the well in like the middle of the courtyard.
Alright.
And he peers over. Sir, I see 3 stage 3s.
Oh my god.
You peer over the
where?
wall, Watson, as well, and you see like stage 3 shambling around the area in like the street that you came from to enter this like courtyard area of the well.
Okay.
And we'll end the session there.
You just called me out to fucking tell me, oh, you're fucked. Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Very nice.
I'm just calling you out to just tell you that when you've returned, the town is, parts of the town are on fire, and they're already infected in.
This sucks.
What the hell?
Well, shit.
Well, shit.
And that's the end of today's session. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Whispers of the Old, Ballads of the Young. If you enjoyed listening to our D&D shenanigans, make sure to subscribe and drop us a like. It'd be great to have your support. This has been RockTofu and the gang, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.